Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fimbulwinter, winter, which is Swedish for
winter.
Winter, everyone. Thank you.
Sweetie, I didn't... cheating at Scrabble.
We just made it a bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what it meant. It's week 2. Plus all the time we spent building up to it. Just asked what it meant right there. Genuinely. Hi, players. Hey.
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, hey there.
Hi, chat.
Hey there, bud.
Hey there, bud.
Oh, hey there. Hey there, bud.
You got a new car? Let's go to the park. How's it going? How you doing? You all ready to get killed by a frost giant?
I've been ready since last Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm in it the whole week.
I mean, we're probably gonna be all right, but Bjorn is dead.
He's
like, oh, there's a frost giant there. 1v1 it. Hi chat, welcome back. This is a Nordic-based D&D campaign. It's not run by me. It is run by Tilla.
Hi.
Tilla Siga, from Sweden.
You went a bit Spanish then.
Jävla fan.
Yes.
Never.
Yes, that's exactly
I'm
what I would
never
say.
100% sure what I'm saying in Swedish, but I know it's fully offensive, and that's it. Yeah. So pretty much this is a D&D campaign starring all of us and run by Charlie, which is why I'm just immediately going to hand it over to you, Charlie. You can take us away back to the world of Fimbulwinter.
Sure. Someone just said everyone else is wearing a hat except me.
Ah.
That's
You
true.
should go put one on.
Yeah.
These are our immersion
I'll
hats.
do that in the break. I'll come back with something cool.
I can put 2 hats on to make up for it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not sure everyone here was here last time in the chat. So I'm gonna everyone wanted like a little overview of what is happening in the world. So
Previously. Oh yeah. Go on then.
in the continent of Lavari is a collection of kingdoms in the northern parts of the world. Elaria, where our party currently resides, is the most influential of them all. It's led by King Tybalt, and they have a church called the Ethereal of Grace. And their fate denounces magic, and with the help of their witch hunters called the Watcher's Vanguard, they rid the lands of sorcerers and dark magic. Elyria borders to the country Midgard, and before the war 20 years ago, Elyria was Midgard too, so they kind of invaded that part. But now a new threat is arising, and tensions between North and South grow more and more dire. So that's just kind of what's going on in the world, not talking about our players. So, last time, we had all these beautiful people. They were stopping in Midtide for the night, a small little town in the edge of Elyria. A woman was burned at the stakes, supposed to be a witch, and they went to bed, and at night they were attacked by Norsemen, and they were led by someone called Halla. They made their way towards Rybury, and then there they were sent to Fort Holm to inform this militia about the attack in Midtide. When they came, they only saw a bunch of soldiers frozen in ice. And as they thought the danger was over, a large shadow cast over the yard, which they think is a frost giant, but I mean, they don't know yet. And that's while we're going to take it up. Let me just
I have
change
17 HP, just for the record. I didn't heal at all in that entire
All
last
right.
episode.
Chandelier accident.
So
I'd say you could have a short rest, maybe spend some hit die if you want.
can I have done that as,
Because
while
you
we
probably had like a rest.
Yeah,
When you
on
were
like when we
driving.
went there. Yeah.
when we were on the
Okay.
cart? All right, let me do a hit die. Let's see. Let's see here. I probably need to. Oh, maybe I don't. Fuck it. Nope. I'm gonna keep that. 11. because that maxes me out. Boy, cool.
Likewise. Whammo.
Beyond's in there like, can I overheal? It's just that I'm about to 1v1.
I am hale and hearty, so I need not.
I mean, it was a cool ending, at least, with like this thing appearing like fucking Attack on Titan over the side, and then Beyond just striding out to fight it. It's like, that's a really cool ending, but it's going to be the worst beginning for us because we're all going to die.
It sounded so cool, but when you think about it, maybe it wasn't
It was
that
like,
smart.
yeah, it was like a cool
See what
movie
happens.
moment, but this isn't a movie. You have HP and you will die. So
Yeah,
It's okay. Don't worry. I'll hook you up with some.
we're good. We're gonna solo this, guys,
All right.
as a group.
well, you're
Hold
gonna
my
die,
beer.
and then we're all gonna die because you're the cleric.
Hold my beer. Yeah.
All right, you all done?
I'm healed.
What was the town called? I wrote down Strawberry, but that's all right.
Strawberry.
Yeah, because that's what.
Ryberry?
How you
Ryberry.
kind of stopped by in and met Captain Lawrence. It was Ryberry, the double.
I didn't write down that, but I did write Hulla, lead Norseman woman. Because she was
Lawrence, even I
the
know
leader
that.
of the Norsemen, but she was a woman.
Oh no, that was her.
Yeah.
Shit.
Captain Lawrence. I'm gonna write that down as well. I don't get to write as many things because probably everyone gets annoyed with me in chat because I'm like typing away. Okay. So what did we see? I just want to know where we are, Charlie, in regards to where Bjorn is.
Okay, so as you came kind of into the yard, it's a small courtyard. It's not a big fort. It's mostly like walls around it, and then set like 3 towers on the sides. And you were like in the courtyard. So there's like an entrance to the barracks and a bunch of like, what would you call it, like training equipment, everything like that the Harmon and the other soldiers were hiding behind.
But like, so Bobby, did you roll to find the thing?
No, I think Tila had just said that we just sort of seen it. Actually, we might have. I think we rolled perception.
I feel like we all failed our perception checks except for you, and you just didn't tell anyone.
No, because there was like a big shadow or something that was like cast over us, and that was the end of the episode.
No, but Beyond definitely.
Yeah, and you also
saw
found a gem, but that was kind of like on the slight outside, but you didn't see anything. All right, you ready?
Always.
Start. Okay, so as you're all collecting, as you've been talking to Harmon, you see this shadow kind of loom over, almost like an eclipse when the soon gets dark, but it's only just where you stand. You see Harmon, this lieutenant with her dark skin and her black hair. She kind of looks up. And you see her face grow pale. The other soldiers, they kind of look at her and then they cower. They know the thing that broke in is coming back again. So Bjarne, you step up to this thing.
Yeah, so like I guess I look up and I see this shadow, and as soon as I don't really even like hold my gaze as I look up, I'm just like, okay, something big's coming, and then I just literally put my helmet on and casually sort of walk up with my shield raised. But as I'm slowly walking up, and I want to look up again, like what exactly do I see? Do I know what this is?
Okay, let me see. So, as you all kind of stare up, it's kind of hard to make out what it is. You just see kind of the contours of a big human-like thing. You see something with pale ivory skin. It looks kind of like frost as it glistens in the light. It's got a white beard that surrounds his face, and 2 angry eyes, almost translucent white, are staring down at you. You see it's kind of wearing some kind of leather straps around it. It kind of clings to its body. But it looks around. It's not meeting your eyes. It doesn't appear to have seen you yet. It's kind of looking like a big mouse staring, trying to find some cheese. Roll if anyone wants to hide, you can roll stealth.
I mean,
That's me, baby.
that's 100% from me.
I will only roll stealth if somebody drags me behind something, because I am literally standing there with a book open, trying to figure out what it is. I'm like leafing through some like, naturalist's tome or something.
Naturalist's guide to the,
Yeah,
the north.
exactly.
I mean,
could I?
I'm not dragging you in because I'm not even slightly invested in anyone in this group yet.
Just standing in the middle of this place with the book open, looking at the thing.
We're
Shren,
seeing
what do
it
you
as
say?
well, right?
Yeah, you're all seeing this as well.
Yeah, so
Oh.
then I guess I would try to find a high up place to use my bow skills if I'm hiding, at least if I can. Otherwise, just hide somewhere.
All right. I mean, you could kind of try to get up on like there would be like a wall. So if you'd kind of do kind of a parkour thing and maybe like jump up the wall, but that'd be an acrobatics check.
That's me, baby. Fuck.
as well. Okay.
I'm gonna. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I was just going to just look around and see if there was anything nearby that if I needed to duck behind, I could duck behind potentially.
There are a bunch of frozen soldiers. You could all duck behind those. It's not giving too much cover, but you could find like a group of soldiers kind of making like a wall, kind of an ice wall together. So, as you all kind of try to duck behind and take a breath, you see its eyes kind of glance down. It grips its hands on the walls. And it looks down at you. And you see it's going. You see its hands kind of shaking the wall. Trying to take off like a bite of the wall. You can roll initiative.
I probably look like the kids from Jurassic Park right now when they're in the car, and the T-Rex is like crushing it, because
I definitely look like the nerdy girl. I'm like.
Once again, I need to
smarting.
realize though, where am I? I still feel like, did I get up on the wall, or am I like?
You didn't quite get up the wall. You kind of get up a little bit on the side. Maybe you got up on like a small crate or something, but you didn't manage to actually get up the wall.
Yeah.
A bit too high for you.
I've probably never been outside of the city. This is the first thing I ever see. Which is why my initiative is a 5, because although I hide, I'm trembling with fear. And
We
unable
both
to
got a
move.
high 5.
I mean, I'm actually probably just as impressed by you doing a triple backflip up a wall or whatever.
It wasn't. It was like a climb.
I'm still
Very
like, I'm still like that
non-grateful.
was something else. I must teach him to get
All
him to
right.
teach me how to climb.
Ash, it's your turn.
So seeing this thing has become aggressive, can I make a nature check and see what it is, or an arcana check or something?
You can make. I'd say this would more be an Arcana check because you haven't actually
Arcana?
seen
Okay.
anything like this before.
17?
Okay, so as you take a look at it and it's kind of icy, frozen nature, you reckon this is probably a frost giant of some kind. You're pretty sure you've never heard of a frost giant being this close to Ilaria before.
Do you frost giants? Oh, sorry.
No problem.
I was
What are
gonna
you
say,
gonna
do frost giants have any inherent sort of like weaknesses or, abilities I should be worried about that I would know on a 17?
On a 17, I'd think you'd be intelligent enough to understand that maybe some sort of fire or warmth would be bad towards this creature. But you remember that these have only been seen around Nilfheim, not even in Midgard. So this is
Okay.
a bad occurrence.
I'm standing there with my book still in my hand, and I find the page that has, all this information on it, and I close the book and I put it away. I look up at the frost giant. Then I look over at Bjarn and say, do you have any fire? Fire would be good.
Quickly, how far away would I be from them?
I can't imagine you're more than like 20 feet.
Yeah, I'd say about 20 feet. It's behind the walls still, but it's slowly making its way in.
I sort of look back. Nothing strong enough for this.
You don't have any fire? Okay, I'll prep the fire. I guess that was probably my action. So
Yeah, but if you want, you can roll a perception check.
sure. Let me do so.
Okay, so you try to kind of look around, seeing if there's anything you can use. There's nothing you see, at least. You
My
see
s-
barrels,
my
you see
sweet
crates.
-2.
Exactly. There's nothing you think you can use around you.
I've already decided I'm going to cast a spell at it anyway next turn, basically.
Okay. So you're preparing it, like you're
Yeah.
sitting there, like, okay, be ready. All right, Bjarne, your turn.
Okay. You said there was like frozen soldiers all around, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move behind one of the frozen soldiers directly next to me, and I'm just going to sort of like just put my back up towards it. I want to see like where is everybody? Like more so on my team, and then where's the Captain Harmon or Lieutenant Harmon as well? Do I see?
Yeah. Okay, so you'd see that the frost giant would be here. So here's the wall.
Mhm.
And would be the courtyard with all the frozen soldiers. Here are you behind the soldiers, and behind you the other ones with Lieutenant Harmon. They're closer kind of to the barracks. It looks like they've kind of tried to go in there and they just came out. And all of the others will be to the left of you, kind of, because you just kind of went in.
Okay. I am going to cast Divine Favor on myself as a bonus action.
All right.
And then I guess for that, I'm just going to grab like the little pendant around my neck, and I fully get engulfed in this sort of like bright, radiant, sort of white, yellowish sort of light. And then I'm going to take the dodge action for my actual action.
All right. So where are you going to dodge? Are you going to like dodge behind it?
I'm just sort of like, if he comes to attack me, I'm readying a dodge action, basically.
Okay. All right. Carcer, your turn.
I'm just. This is a big thing. I tried to hide. I couldn't find anything at all. So I'm just real angry. I'm gonna run at him, activating my rage, and I'm just gonna throw one of my hand axes at his face.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. It's huge. It's probably like more than like 6 of you
So
stacked
it's
on top of each other.
so it's
it's
easy to hit,
large.
right? Do I get
Yeah,
advantage?
it's easy to hit.
It's easy to
It's gonna
hit,
have a
but
low-
it has
it's gonna have a
thick
low AC.
skin.
19.
That hits.
All right. 6.
6 slashing, no extra for your rage.
Oh yeah. +2.
Awesome. I can't remember. I remembered that.
I'm glad somebody did. And I'm just gonna keep running towards it.
Okay, so it takes 8 damage with your rage as well. It's +2. Okay, cool. Okay. So as you hit it, you kind of go back, you take your axe, and you throw it right at it in a huge rage. You don't want it to pass. You want it to stay out there. You see as the axe just kind of embeds itself near its collarbone and kind of gruffs. Kind of breathes. And as it does, you see this frosty kind of breath. It kind of clings. You see small kind of icicles form around its mouth. It looks
start-
very disgusting.
I start slowing down as I'm running towards it. Wasn't me!
All right, okay. So, from being hit, you see that rage, it grows. And you see how it tries. It takes his hands and it kind of smashes one of its fists against the wall. Let's see if it managed to get something out of it. Yes, and so as it hits it, you see kind of a big, like, part of this wall just kind of flop out. and it's going to kind of try to take its way into your little courtyard. With big steps, he goes over this crack in the wall, and he takes up this rock, and he gets ready to throw it. I'd say that it would go for Carcer because you're actually the one that hit it. So let me see if it hits. That's a 23. I'm guessing a 23 hits you.
Yeah, of course it hit.
Yeah, of course.
You are dead.
Literal boulder.
Welcome to a world of pain.
That is 6 damage.
Oh, hey, you good.
Because just as it tries to throw it,
Or is it 3?
3.
what? 3.
He's raging, so it'll be half.
Okay, it's halved. Okay, so it's kind of takes up this huge boulder of stone and rock kind of melded together. Kind of heaves it back, and you see how its muscle tense as it just kind of throws it right at you. Just as it throws, you kind of find yourself caught like between one of the soldiers and the rock, and it hits one of the frozen soldiers, and it just smashes to pieces. Just these small pieces of ice just splattering everywhere. You get a bit like you get hit, but you don't take a lot of damage because you were kind of out of the way.
I'm going to point at it accusatorily.
Just,
Oi!
He just looks back at you with his icy eyes, intent to kill. All right, Brooke, it's your turn.
I don't even know what to do. My instincts tell me run, leave these people. My other instincts tell me, how can I get up to its face? Can I? So it's still on the wall, but it's destroyed some of the wall.
Yeah, it's kind of got, well, it got in from the wall, so it's like standing. It's inside now, but it's kind of still very close to the wall.
Can I get? I want to get on the wall, and then I'm gonna jump on him and stab his eyes or the back of his head or
Sure.
something. That's my
Grab
plan.
my hand.
Now, I'm guessing I'm quite far away, but I have 40 feet of movement. I'm super quick because I've got the mobile feet.
Okay.
So, you tell me how far I can get with 40 feet, including climbing the wall. And
I'd say you would be able to get to the frost giant. You wouldn't be able to climb it, but you'd be able to get to it.
with what, by taking dash action?
Oh, dash, that would be 80 feet then.
Yeah, I just want to know if I can.
Okay,
I want to.
okay, with 80 feet, I'll say you'd be able to get up on it.
I mean, I'm happy to run if I can get to the far wall, get on the wall, and then creep up behind him. I'll take an action to hide and then start stabbing him next turn.
How would you want to hide? Would you like hide? How would you hide?
I'm thinking I want to run up to the far wall, creep up
Okay.
onto the wall, crawl along with my hide action, and then in 6 seconds I'm gonna leap onto his back or his shoulder and start stabbing at his face area with slice
Okay.
and dice. But I'm not 100% sure how much of that I can do.
I'd say you'd be able to get up on the wall, make your way hide, and then. Okay, so this is how you get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go. You tell me. That's what I'm doing though.
I tell
I'm
you how you
skittering
go.
across the way to try and do that. That's my plan.
Exactly. As you skither across the way, you see some crates. You kind of try to topple up over them. You see Carcer having a boulder thrown at him, and you take that opportunity to kind of jump up on the wall. Make an acrobatics check just to see if you can actually manage to hold
All
on.
day long, I will make you acrobatics checks. Fuck you. What the fuck is that? I've got a +5 to acrobatics. All right.
Okay, so as you try to kind of scramble up this wall, you find yourself slipping on these icy plates of stone. You managed to kind of throw yourself up, but it took way longer than you expected. And now you're kind of trying to crawl towards this big giant. You can roll a stealth check. See if you get good.
I'll roll you stealth checks all day long with another +5.
Okay, that's natural 20. I'm sorry. But as you get up, you find yourself getting into this focus. You focus on this giant, and you make this soldier crawl towards it, fast, but silent.
Yeah.
So how do you want to climb up on this giant? I'll give you that because you were crawling so fast on your nat 20, you'll be able to get up on it.
If I can make an attack, otherwise I won't do it. I want to shadow of the Colossus this thing. Like, my intention is to grab onto like, is he wearing like armor or anything, or is he just naked?
He's not really wearing armor. I mean, he's more wearing like tattered pieces of leather, so it's not that hard to actually hit a spot. You don't know how easy it's going to be to break through his skin, but you think you'll be able to kind of hit it.
Because I want to jump onto how big am I compared to him? Like, is it the type of thing where I can stand on his shoulder, or am I actually able to get like my hands around his neck?
You'll be able to have your hands around his neck. It's not that big. It's more like, I don't know how to say that in like English terms, but okay, Bjarne. Let's say like 3 Bjarne, maybe.
So if I get
a little bit smaller than that.
If I get on him and start to like distract him, is it going to help other people hit him?
I mean, you don't know. Let's see. Okay, roll an attack.
I mean, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jump at him while I'm spinning through the air. I'm gonna try and slice and dice him. We're going full attack on Titan. I don't care. We're doing it.
Okay, go on. just your attack on Titan.
So as soon as I stealth up behind him, I'm gonna spring from off the wall and just start attacking him. And then so be it. What happens to me afterwards? Left hand goes in with your boy Slice. Or not. Yep. And then as I'm probably falling, I'm gonna try and dice him with the offhand.
Okay, so 1 hits. Slice hits.
Yes. 9.
9, all right. So, as you kind of crawl yourself up, you take a spring, you take a sprint over to this giant. You take your slice in one hand, and you kind of, as you jump down at him, you try to just stab right into his arm, kind of clinging to your slice, to your dagger, still on this giant, but only by a little bit. You see this bluish purple blood kind of start to trickle down, and it kind of looks at you.
I mean, successfully containing the poop that wants to come out, I want to shout down at the others. It bleeds. We can kill it. Quickly. Kill it quickly. As I'm holding on to this thing.
All right, Sven, it's your turn.
So I am on like a crack in the wall. Was that?
Yeah, you're kind of on the crack on the wall. You haven't like gone up yet, but it wouldn't be too hard to get up now.
I would like to do that. The thing is, I have oil on me, and I figured I could use my tinderbox and an arrow to do some cool shit.
Absolutely.
So I wonder, am I close enough to go there and throw a whole oil flask, or would I have to? Is it just smarter to put it on the arrow?
You decide what's smarter, but I'd say it'd be kind of hard to hit a target that it's still moving, and it's moving even more with the rook hanging onto it. So either get closer or try to shoot it with an arrow.
Then I want to climb the wall so I have a good vision at least, and then start prepping and just dropping my bag off and start pouring oil on my arrow and.
I'd say you get kind of quickly up the wall because you were already kind of half up there. So you kind of heave yourself up on the wall, and you see kind of Rook hanging from there, looking panicked. So you take the oil and the tinderbox?
Yeah, I start prepping, and I prep the arrow then. Okay,
I'd say that'd be your bonus action. Actually, you'd still have time. Make a sleight of hand check.
Boom, baby.
Oh my, okay. You do this with finesse. You do this quickly. You know, you have a feeling that this might actually work. So you take the oil, you kind of pour it around. You take your tinderbox and you kind of try it, and then you try, and then you see a spark of fire. So what you gonna do?
I shall take up my bow and I'm gonna aim at the moving target and hope I don't hit Rook swinging left and right.
All right.
If I can, I guess it's pretty impossible. I'm gonna aim for the general eye face area.
The face area. Okay.
The eye.
Sure.
Oh wait, where is Rook though?
Rook is kind of on his right side, and you're shooting from the others. Like you're shooting where Rook is, kind of.
This is gonna go well. Okay.
But try.
All right. Yeah. I shall load my bow. And do I just do the bow then?
Just do the bow.
Yeah,
And I'll do some extra damage.
I load the bow and gently let it go. Aiming for the face. Swoosh.
You're muted, child.
You're muted.
Well, that's just great. Okay. So, you see as Sven, he kind of heaves himself up on this wall. He gets this oil out. You see him take out his tinderbox, and you see a flame. He takes his arrow, and he puts this small little light on it, and you see how it kind of just starts to flicker with this beautiful red light. He takes aim. Where do you want to hit him? Where in the face?
Eyes, preferably.
Okay. So you take a second and you focus, trying to like almost slow time as you see Rook kind of flinging back and forward. And you let the arrow go. And as you let the arrow go, so let me see. How much damage? Normal damage?
7.
7, okay.
Are you a rogue? Do you get some extra bullshit to that? Sneak
I
attack?
don't believe the only one I know is that if I sneak up on someone, that's the only one I still have in mind.
Yeah, sneak attack.
think
I
so.
think you get that. if
Yeah,
there's
right. So
someone next to you.
it wouldn't be a sneak attack because it
Yeah,
would
it's
be
on-
aware of your existence. So your arrow, as just a bolt of fire, it just kind of sears through the air and just kind of hits. You see, as it kind of embeds itself right underneath its eye. The flame kind of starts to flicker up. It kind of goes against its face. Its hair starts to go on fire. You see kind of bits and pieces of skin kind of tearing off. He growls at you, angry, and almost doesn't even care about Rook anymore.
Yes.
You see it's hurting him. That hurt. All right. Ash, your turn.
So this whole time, while all this has been going on, like everybody else has run and like made moves towards this thing or done some dramatic maneuver, and Ash has just been standing where she started when they were still talking to each other, like looking through another book. And it's at this point that she realizes, oh, this will work. Yeah, I got some fire, and I cast Agonizer Scorcher right at the frost giant.
I'm gonna
Whatever. It's like 30, it has to be within 30 feet. So if I have to close the distance, I'll close the distance to 30 feet.
I'd say you'd have to walk 10 feet to get closer to it,
Sure.
but that's your movement.
So a large gout of flame emerges from Ash's hands and strikes the giant. It's a line of 30 feet, 30-foot line by 5 foot across, and I'm trying to avoid hitting anyone else with it. So if nobody's in the way, then good. Yeah.
I am standing right in front of it, so
Yeah, but I can just like step to the side of it, and
It'd still be in risk of Rook getting hit because he is like in a.
I mean, if he's on it, what can I do, right?
Yeah, what can you do? He dies. What
you can
you
throw fire at it. That's what
Yeah,
you can do.
do it.
So it's 15 damage, but you can make a dex save to half it. At a
I'll make
DC 13, I think.
a DC 13,
No, actually DC 14.
DC 14. Okay, so as you kind of prepare yourself to take the scorching ray, looking back at Sven, you see how this fire has taken a toll on this giant. You collect yourself, and just a giant flame, it just burns right through everything in its path. You see these frozen soldiers, you kind of just melt to pieces and fall down. It goes towards the giant, but it kind of loses its grip as he kind of he's not in the right space. You were trying to not hit Carcer, but you kind of hit it the wrong way. So if it made it save, it's half, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see.
That's fire damage.
Cool. But you see, as the sum of the flames still kind of gulp up on his legs, and you see this frosty skin, it's kind of turning into this dark color, kind of like bubbles of skin and liquid kind of starting to pop up. It's looking overrumpled. All right. Bjarne, your turn.
Okay. So firstly, how far away would he be from where I am, the frost triangle? Like, would I be able to close the gap and attack in one turn?
Absolutely, he's
Yeah.
close enough.
Okay. If that's the case, after I've seen everybody have done some crazy, amazing things, I stand back up, I raise my shield, and I sort of take a stance and move fairly quickly towards him and raise my warhammer. And I'm going to use my War Priest ability, which basically means I can attack twice. But I'm going to come in with the left hand, swing it across. And I'm going to just come back across the other way. What also is he like on this side of the fence, or what exactly would I be swinging at? I guess.
He is on your side of the wall, so he's still inside.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So the 18 hits.
Okay, so that's the first one, and then the second attack is a 12.
Okay. Only one hit though.
Okay.
Okay. So let me see. Cool. All right.
I guess as I make contact and the second swing I miss, I just raise my shield, look up. Hold on, Rook.
I have
I
no
see-
choice. Swinging around.
Okay, Carcer, your turn.
So I close the distance, so I'm within melee range, and I look up and I see Rook hanging out of this frost giant like a Canadian sex scene.
Yep.
And I just and like bits of spittle like shoot out and hit him. And that's a bardic inspiration die for you, Rook.
I'm excellent. Thank you for that. Bardic
That's my bonus
inspiration.
action.
This Nordic swearing just fills you with both the dread. You hear some kind of disgusting nuances of something about their mother, something about their ugly sister,
Fucking eels!
An eel.
and then you hear something about their big nose.
And that is all it takes for me. I am.
Exactly. You feel yourself be filled with this bravery as you take this D6. All right. What about your action?
And then I'm just gonna two-handed just double swing at his, like, try and hack off his leg or something. With
All right. Sure.
Oh, that's not what you want. That is not what you want.
So as you kind of try to get close to it, and as you're swearing, you don't really realize that there's flames all around you. You raise up, and you swing, and it just kind of goes right into the wall. You feel yourself kind of engulfed in this hot, disgusting fire, and you feel it kind of starts like lapping on your clothing. You're not yet on fire, but close to, and you're standing right near his feet. Yeah. All right. So it's a giant's turn, and a giant, it's got fire, it's got Rook on his arm. He's feeling very cornered. So first, it's going to try and get Rook off his arm. So 11, does that hit you?
No, I don't think it does. Woohoo!
Okay. So it kind of tries to claw at you to kind of get you off him. But it's not actually getting you. It feels like fire in its eyes. It can't really see properly. It's going to try to get back its boulder. Let's see. So it really doesn't have any choice but kind of to reach out for Carcer at his feet. So it's going to try to stomp you. That's a 10. Does a 10 hit you?
No, it does not.
No, so it's just kind of stumbling there. It's trying to see. It's trying to reach his boulder. It's trying to reach anything. But it's impossible for it to do anything. Rook, it's your turn.
All right. It's time to slice and dice him and then run away. Wait, let me just check what I can do. Right, so yes, okay, good. First, I'm guessing I can't actually use slice because it's in the thing on my first attack.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, you could try to like kind of stab it in like more, but
Here's my plan, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna hit him, then I'm gonna action surge and hit him again, and then I'm gonna offhand hit him again, and then I'm gonna pull the knife out and run away, jump off of him back onto the wall, and run as far away from him as I can. So, can I do all of that?
Yeah, sure. It's in the rules. So do your action surge.
All right. So first hit is with dice. Then I'm gonna
That hits.
Then I'm gonna action surge and hit with dice again, and then slice to pull the thing out, and then I'm gonna run, and then at that point I'll jump off, and if I attack a creature and disengage, I don't take opportunity attacks because I've got mobile for the rest of the turn, whether I hit or not.
Okay.
Nice.
So
I for a crit you get double damage. Maybe I didn't say that before, but now I do.
do all three of them
double
hit?
the die, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
this should do it.
All right.
Does the 16 hit as well?
Yeah, 16 hits.
Oh, I'm gonna slice him. Gonna dice him. All right, here we go. So there's dice, and then slice is the last one. So 5 plus 5. Yeah, I don't know. 15, 22. And I'd also like to menacing attack him on the last one, which is a superiority die, which means I get to add another D8 to the damage, and he has to make a wisdom saving throw, and on a fail, he's frightened of me, which hopefully sends him away as well, while I try and run away from him. Because on the last, as I whip this thing out of his arm, I'm losing my damn mind. I'm probably just shouting the best attempt I can of whatever the hell Peachy said to me. I don't know what Peachy said to me, or Carcer said to me, but I'm trying to
It sounded like Muttley in Wacky Races.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it as well because I thought it sounded so fucking cool. I'm like,
I'm gonna
I whip this thing out. So I like slicing him up with my two little swords, and then I'm gonna hit him with the last one with the menacing attack as I try and jump off of him onto the wall, and then I'm gonna lose all. I'm just gonna run in fear, nothing but fear.
Why are you scared of
God,
it? You're a
Just
badass.
have
What
to
the
roll
fuck?
a wisdom saving throw, right?
Wisdom save. It only has to be a 13 though.
Yeah, it saves. It's not scared of you.
It's not scared of me.
Um,
I
That
am
would've
scared
been
of it.
great.
So if I can,
You're pretty scared of it.
if I can kind of like backflip off of it onto the wall again, and then just run. I'm just going to run along the wall my full 40 feet if I'm allowed to do that.
Roll an acrobatics check to do the backflip and run along the wall.
I will 100% do an acrobatics check. I might bardic inspiration this. I'll definitely bardic inspiration this. Fuck, 10. It might bring me up to
Alright.
the DC of don't break my legs.
So as you're kind of just hanging from this creature and you feel yourself being this brave, you take your other dagger and you start slicing. You start slicing and you don't even look at what you're slicing. You kind of feel something give. And after a while, you feel, you see, as you kind of cut into its shoulder that much, you see bone. You see more of this kind of gluckish blue and purple blood splatter over you as you probably hit an artery as it's splattering across your face. It doesn't, the arm stops moving.
Hell yeah.
And as you're done with that, you kind of try to pull yourself off. And as you do, the arm comes off with you.
Huh.
And you don't expect the arm to be that heavy, but it kind of falls over you and you stumble back onto the ground.
On the ground or on the wall? I'm on the ground now.
Okay, well, like on the wall.
Oh god, thank God for that. I thought I was gonna fucking fall to my death. Okay, as soon as I hit, can I still move, or is it just destroyed me?
You can move, but you've got a giant frost giant arm by your side.
Well, am I attached to the arm with the sword or whatever, or am I?
Yeah, you took away the arm.
All right, I'm leaving the sword. I'm leaving the arm. There's no way I'm gonna be able to drag the arm. I've got a 8 strength. I can barely lift the swords. I mean, I'm just gonna run. I just want to run the full 40 feet along this wall. I'm running now. I'm like half elated that I've cut off a frost giant's arm, because songs are gonna be sung about this day. Songs are gonna be sung about Rook the Great. But I'm also like, this thing's gonna eat me now. If it's anything was ever gonna eat me, it's now. And I'm running. I'll ditch Slice, leave it in the arm, take the other one, Dice. And I'm just running now, like, is it dead? Is it dead? And I'm running as far as I can get away.
All right, Sven. As you see kind of Rook taking his arm off, he's kind of running towards you, trying to like get back. And now you notice that it's your time to shine.
I'm still confused. Like, could I run on the wall towards the giant and make an attack at this point?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then I would be meeting him then, right? If we're running the opposite ways, because he's running.
He's kind of running back towards you, so you're like further away from him. So if you ran forward, you'd like meet the giant.
All right.
Does he get a sneak attack because I'm within 5 feet now?
Yeah.
Well, then I will sprint alongside the wall then, towards the giant, and try to do what he did, pretty much, and just jump up on him and attack.
Okay.
With a weapon.
Roll an acrobatics check.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, no, I'm not good at that. Oh yes.
Yes, you are. You kind of doubt yourself for a second as you're kind of sprinting towards it, but then you know, I'm good at this. I can do this. You see kind of a crack, and it kind of, the wall goes up a bit. You sprint up, you kind of push yourself off the wall, and you jump up on its shoulder. You get some blood over you as it's still kind of pouring down of its half arm, but you're on top of it now. And it's thrashing, and it's in pain.
Does it have any hair left, or did it all burn off?
It still has hair left. It's kind of on the other side. It's kind of burned itself up, one part of its head.
All right. Well, then I'll grab a hold of the rest of the hair, I guess, and kind of have that as weight as I take up a dagger and just try to stick it in his head.
Sure. That hits hard.
And plus 2, was it, right?
Do you have a sneak attack?
What was it? Because, what do you say, Peachy? Because you were close.
Because you're you have an ally that is within 5 feet. So it counts as it's like occupied with someone else. So you get a sneak attack from that.
All right. Yeah.
So how much do you have in sneak attack? It's like 1d6, maybe?
I don't know where to. I don't know.
It's 2d6 because he's level 4. Roll a 2d6.
Okay.
All right.
Trust me.
It's 2d6, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Cool. So that's... All right. So as you sprint and you jump up on it, you kind of thrash yourself. You hold yourself on its hair, almost ripping a part of it out. As you take up your dagger and you stab it right, like beneath its head, into its throat, and you kind of see blood starts pouring out even more. It's not even being able to talk anymore. You see kind of blood starting to drip down its throat. and it's trying to speak something, but it cannot. And is that your turn?
Yeah.
Cool. Ash, it's your turn.
I abate the flames of my previous attack with a grasp of my hand, and I take those extra flames up into like a ball, and I throw it at the face of this giant to try and finish this whole thing off with a fire bolt. I guess I don't hit it. 9 probably doesn't hit it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't hit. You collect it into a ball, and then you try to pull it down, but the same thing kind of happens.
Yeah, the whole problem is that she's got a book open in the other hand, so she's not even looking while she's, doing it. So, doesn't even look up.
You see even like a small bit of your page kind of starts to flicker, and it's kind of starting to burn.
No.
And that's taking up your entire attention right now.
Patting it out.
Anything for your bonus action?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool. Bjarne, it's your turn.
Okay. So like, how tall is this thing next to me? Like, am I like, say, is its knee like right in front of my face? Like, how tall is this thing?
I'd say if you're looking kind of at its lower thigh, so kind of by its knee.
Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a short step back. I'm gonna take my shield and just sort of like, I don't know, just hook it back into its place on my back. I'm gonna grab my warhammer by 2 hands, and I'm gonna take almost like a baseball swing with it, and I want to swing it right at his knee, right in the center of his kneecap with my warhammer. And if this doesn't kill it, I was gonna use the second attack thing again, the clerical shit.
Okay, roll an attack.
The first one, and if that hits, I'll roll the second.
That hits.
Okay. So this is the second one.
That also hits.
8 and 5.
All right, so you take your, is it an axe, right?
Warhammer.
Warhammer, sorry.
Yeah.
You take your warhammer, you feel yourself filled with the faith of your god, and you feel his strength seize through your veins. You take a step back, and you hurl it at its kneecap. And as you hurl it at his kneecap, you feel this crunch. You hear it just as it kind of caves in on itself. So the entire knee is like sticking like this. You see it kind of turning blue. It's sticking, like bones are sticking out of its wrong socket. It kind of falls down on itself, not being able to support itself on just one knee. It still got Sven on its back with the dagger in his throat. One arm gone, and now his kneecap inverted. And you have his face right next to yours. It's probably twice the size of you. And you see its eyes staring right at you. Only hatred and maybe a hint of fear. And Karser, your turn. Also, roll the dexterity saving throw. Because you were right underneath it.
As the giant corpse like plummets.
Is that good enough? Is that good enough?
As you see your friend Bjarne kind of take his warhammer and smashing his knee, you're not really ready, but this huge thing just kind of falls back at you, and you just kind of manage to get away, but half your legs are still stuck underneath its body. You'd have to take your action to try to kind of get out. You take 3 damage from just having the force of this huge body.
Is that 3 altogether? Do I half that for my rage?
Yeah. So you take 1.
Round it up or round it down?
Round it down. Just take 1. That's all right.
Ow. Yeah, I'm okay with this. It doesn't really hurt. It's actually quite comfortable. I mean, this is how gnomes share their love. They cause 1 damage to them. Can I just headbutt it?
Yeah, sure.
If I stop attacking, my rage goes away. So I ain't quitting. I ain't quitting.
You've taken damage
Uh,
though. If you, or have you?
doesn't
Or
it-
have you not?
Oh, does it happen? Oh, of course, when I've taken damage. Yeah. Okay. Can I try and lift it up to get out of it? Just
Yeah, absolutely. Make a strength check.
I think also to be even more of a butthole, and I don't. I think you have advantage on dex saves, right? As a barbarian, danger. Sense or-
Isn't it strength saves?
It's probably strength,
no,
but
you get like danger sense, where you're like Spider-Man. If you can see it, you can dodge it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'll roll my dex again just in case.
No, it's too
Nope.
late.
no, you double.
I just wanted to fail again.
You
Just
take
let me
two-
have
You
this.
take 2 damage this time.
Okay. 2. And I get advantage on this one instead then. 23.
Okay. Roll damage for your. Oh, it's a strength save.
I'm just picking it
Okay.
up.
Oh yeah, sure.
Can I
Okay.
throw it with a 23? Is it a bit too big?
I don't think you'd not be able to throw it. You'd be able to kind of push it to the side. Okay.
Kind of wanted to bench press it a little bit.
Okay, as you bench press it. So as you kind of stuck beneath it, Sven, you're still on top of it. He kind of starts hurling it backwards. Kind of wanted to flip it to the side. What do you want to do as you're on top of it? You're muted.
I want to jump back on top of the wall in that case, if I can, to save
Yeah.
my.
Sure. You'll jump up onto the wall, kind of clear of this giant. I'd say it was Cursor. Brooke, do you want to do anything?
Is it dead?
It's not dead yet.
Can
Do I still get my bonus, or was that?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, sure. Use your bonus.
Because as I'm like, "Rah," and there's spittle coming everywhere, a bit goes. What's your character's name? Pony Punch.
Sven.
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 I'm just gonna say Sven because Dota.
Yeah.
A bit of spittle goes over Sven, and you get a bardic inspiration. I'm mad. I'm mad. This thing landed on me. I'm so mad right now.
Like this spittle, it's love and it's bravery in one. It's like when someone just like and they make this huge spit. That's kind of the feeling you get.
Tilla, will you narrate my life, please?
All right. So, Rook, it's your turn.
So can I see him, the giant, or is
Yes.
he like on the ground? Okay, I'm gonna struggle with my backpack and whip out my crossbow, and I'm gonna look over at Sven, who's been like doing all these like amazing shots with stuff.
It's just the backflipper.
Yeah, and like I tried to do a backflip and failed, but I did cut off an arm. But I'm thinking, hey, he's gonna be impressed with this. He's gonna let me see under that mask later on if I can whip out a crossbow and pop one in his eye. So I'm gonna try and pop one in his eye. If you'll allow me to fire a crossbow at the giant. As I do it though, I'm gonna shout, "It's me, your friendly neighborhood arm cutter," and I'm just trying to get his attention a little bit and scare him. And remind him that I cut off his arm, because I might use another menacing. Yes, I'll use another menacing
Yeah, it hits.
hit thing. What is it called? Menacing strike, menacing attack. And I would like to menacing attack to add an extra 2 and force him to do a whiz save. So yeah, I'm aiming at his face and I'm trying to look.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a tiny little 16-year-old boy who looks anime as hell, I want to look intimidating and menacing, and I want to scare him.
How do you want to slay this thing?
Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to look over at Sven and fire, and just shoot him in the face and kill it. That's all I want. I don't want to look at the thing fall or anything. I just want to and then put the crossbow in the bag, safe inside. I'm like scared still, but I want to look cool to Sven, because Sven was like pulling off some cool shit. So that's how I want to do it. I don't even want to look this thing. I just want to pull it out, look at him, bang, and then
Well, then I would react like, "Where the fuck are you?"
He's kind of like pointing, like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
Over there.
What? It's dead. It's okay.
So, as you stand on top of this wall, you can all see as just Carcer has pushed it to the side. It's not really dead yet. It's just crawling around. Rook, he kind of stretches his arms out. He takes his crossbow and he points at it. You see as the wind just kind of goes through his black hair, you see splatter of blood across his face, and he looks at Sven and he shoots. But everyone else you see as this small little arrow, brittle as it may be, just kind of embeds itself into its in the side of its head. And Bjarne and Carcer, as you're standing close, you see kind of a light disappear from its eyes, and it kind of twitches a bit before going still.
Ha! I dropped the crossbow. I did it! Do you see that? I cut off his arm and I shot it dead.
While you're celebrating wildly.
Oh, I'm passing out. I pass out.
Oh, okay.
I immediately pass out.
While you're shouting loudly about how you win and then falling face first, presumably into the snow, I walk over to the corpse of the thing, and I've got that same naturalist tome back out now, the book of nature, and I'm like examining the face of the thing, and then like looking at a picture in the book. And if the camera of this like shot was over my shoulder, you'd see the picture is like the same thing as like what's on the ground. Yep, frost giant. It's kind of weird though. Not usually around here. Nilfheim, not here at all. Not even Midgard.
I've never seen one in Midgard.
I mean, that's what I mean. They're from even further north. Why it's here, I have no idea.
It's cold, isn't it?
It's not as cold as this thing likes.
As I pull my hand axe out of its, I can't even remember where I hit it, but I just pull it out like a spurt of blood.
Yeah, it's just like a nasty squelching noise.
How big is this thing's head too? How is this just like, how big is this?
I'd say it's like double the size of your head, so it would be kind of like a really big head. It's not too encumbersome to bring anywhere.
Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go up. How is he lying? Is he lying like the corpse? Is he like on his side? Like how is it just lying there?
Carcer, did you like finish? Well, he kind of moved it onto like its stomach, so it's kind of like sprawled out. Still with the arrow sticking through like half his head.
Okay, I'm going to go up then. I'm gonna try and grab a fistful of its hair, and try and like hold its big head up. And I'm gonna take like a little pocket knife, and I'm gonna go to its right eye and literally cut its right eye out, and take it out and put it in like a cloth, and put it back into my pack.
All right, you do it easily. You kind of do you take it like a small knife, like?
Yeah, just like a small, probably something like I'd probably use like eating dinner, like not like a weapon or anything, just like,
like a dinner knife.
Yeah.
And you kind of hold this head up and you kind of carve it out. You see as these small tendrils of white and blue kind of plop out.
yeah.
You kind of pull it and it kind of gives, and you hold this icy blue eye in your hand.
So as I do that and put that back in my pack, I want to look back and just like look at everybody. Is there any? Are they like staring at me? Like, or is there any reaction to?
I'm not even.
What do you want that for?
Yeah, no, I would. You can't see though, but I would look like oddly at you, like what?
I'm unconscious.
Rook, are you alive?
I'm absolutely unconscious.
Rook.
That was the most adrenaline rush, fearful, wild thing that's ever happened to me as a child, and there's no way.
You realize if you lie face down in that snow for an hour and 18 minutes, maybe, you're gonna catch a cold. Definitely. It's not a good place to be.
I'm unconscious.
I'm gonna go and grab Rook's sword.
She's just talking to your unconscious mind.
I'm gonna grab Rook's sword and then pick up Rook and just put him over my shoulder.
So you're kind of carrying like someone who's taller than you.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna
you're
say,
still a
Being
lot
a dragon
of
on the floor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm
I've got it. I'm wearing him like a scarf.
Yeah, exactly. You see as kind of Lieutenant Harmon, she kind of looks up from these crates behind with her soldiers, and she's just at a loss for words. I can't believe you just did that. How? I've never seen someone, and you. And she looks at Ashnazra. What did you use?
Oh, no worries. I'm taught by the church. Magic. Dig through my belt for the license, basically.
All right, no, I wasn't thinking about that. It's just that I haven't seen that before, and you all, I cannot show my deepest gratitude for what you have done today. Many of my soldiers have fallen, but you have slain. You have slain what threatened the rest of us. And you see the other soldiers, they kind of nod, kind of holding together, helping the other one bandage the other up. They're cold, so they're kind of shivering, but they are amazed at what you have done. She looks at all of you and we need to get back to Ryber. We need to inform Captain about what happened. I don't know where it came from. Have you found anything?
Well,
Does it have any clothing? Was it clothed at all? Like to have any potential pockets or anything? Like the classic, let's see if it has any loot.
He didn't really wear anything. You can see that he's got like a small pouch. And if you go through it, you'll find like 3 beautiful, like icy gems of some sort.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna go into my pack and pull up the gem that I found on the ground and present that like this is the only thing we found on him or on the ground now. You recognize it?
She kind of walks towards you and she tries to kind of look you in the eye, but it's hard because you have a mask on. So she kind of gives up and she looks down. No, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. We should have the wizard in Briarberry take a look at it.
you're talking about the gem that we found earlier?
Yeah, yes.
Well, I already told you what I think it is.
And for inactive, I don't remember it.
I mean, this is the kind of thing that would be used as a material component for a spell. Something like summoning or a holding or a containing gem, something like if you wish to contain a being from another plane, say the astral plane or one of the planes or any of the planes, you would put it into the gem and then you could release it when you needed it, for example.
Are you saying the frost giant was...
What I'm saying is it could have been transported a very long distance by a wizard of some skill. It's possible.
Could you discern that from the gem?
I would need more time to ascertain its particulars, and there are some books that I'm missing, but yes, I could probably figure it out.
What of these? And I bring over the 3 gems that I looted from this giant. Is there any magical trace from these?
Like adjust my glasses a little bit.
And as you look at them, you haven't seen any of these before. Maybe you remember someone talking about ice crystals. It's some form of stone that kind of is created when it's so cold that even the stone kind of merges into this translucent crystal.
Well, theoretically, these are the kinds of things you would find in the very, very, very northern reaches, the ice crystals, you know? And I don't mean ice crystals like ice, like frozen water, but more a compacted amalgamation of coldness.
I know what they are.
And as you kind of hold them, you feel that they're still cold.
I just hand the one I have, like that I'm looking at closely, back to Bjarne.
Sort of like tossing them through 3 of them up and down in my hand, and I kind of pace back. It's a gift from Odin. And then if nobody says anything, I'm literally just going to take all 3 of them and put them into the pack, back into the bag.
Harmon, as you say Odin, she kind of looks at you. You shouldn't speak those names here.
Excuse me, and I walk over to her. What do you mean?
The old gods, they're not permitted.
And Bjorn, literally, I burst out laughing.
Can I try and distract her by performing a ventriloquist act with Rook on my shoulder and sort of shake his head so his mouth opens as I speak?
She kind of looks at Bjarne and she looks back at you, and I'm not going to question your ways. I thank you for what you have done today, but we need to get back.
My name's Rook. I'm a hero.
You see some of the soldiers kind of they laugh, and she looks back at them and they stop.
I'm already nose deep in another tome, and I just go, yes, very good, Rook. Yes. I don't.
Wait a minute. Was it believable? It wasn't very believable.
Yeah, but I am like literally a -4 in sense motive or perception or anything like that. So I'm not even gonna bother.
How I feel bad for asking, but how did you get here?
We have a cart. I'm sure there'll be space enough for you to come back.
It would be very appreciated. We had horses, but I think they were eaten by the giant.
Shouldn't we try and figure out where this giant came from?
Were you not listening mere moments ago when I explained forthwith where the giant came from?
I'm like making Rook shake his head. No, wasn't listening.
The gem that we found on the ground over there, summoning gem. You know what? I'm not going to go
How
through it
did
again.
that big thing come from that little gem?
Well, it's actually a very complicated process.
Oh, maybe we should break
requiring-
the gem.
Do not break valuable things. You don't know what they do.
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
The gem is empty. There's nothing inside. As far as I know.
She nods, and she looks back at Sven. You're still holding the gem, right?
Mm-hmm.
We must look at it further. I don't know about magical things, and quite frankly, I'm not in a position to say anything about them.
As you said, it's best we return.
It is best that we return and we have someone else more professional take a look at them. They may know more.
I mean, if you don't think my opinion is professional.
No offense, but I can only trust those I know with arts of magic.
Very well.
I'll nod and put it back in my pouch then.
She nods and she kind of collects her soldiers. She looks back at the vast amount of soldiers still frozen. You see, as she kind of sighs, more men, young, gone to something.
Nothing to be done about it.
Your sentiment is appreciated. She looks at you.
I find sentimentality to be mostly wasted.
she kind of walks forward to one of the soldiers. She looks back, and you see how she kind of leaves behind all of her feelings and goes back to you.
As I said, nothing to be done.
Thank you. All right, let's get going.
Please.
I'm gonna slap Rook round the chops to try and wake him up. Here, wake up! Ha ha!
Carcer, I had a wonderful dream.
I like smack him on the back.
I was fighting a giant, and I killed it all by myself.
I sort of turn him a little bit to see the frost giant as I hand him back his sword. You did that? I didn't do nothing.
Pass out again.
All right, so you get to the cart.
Pick him back up.
Your armored cart thing, and that's where we'll take a break.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we're going to have a short break. Everybody in chat, that means you get to have a break too from me and Peachy's scene-destroying characters.
Class A drugs.
No way.
Don't
It
forget
helps.
to take some Class A drugs for when we return, because it's really going to help you deal with the scenes that me and Peachy ruin later on in this excellent show, apart from me and Peachy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Go get yourself a nice drink or have a wee. Bye.
Or both.
Welcome back, everybody, to Fimbulwinter. Jävla fan with us. Two Swedish
You have
people.
to say that every single time.
I could
I
say
would more like you to say something like nice, like in
Helvete.
Swedish. I can teach you later. Hej och
Fimbulwinter.
välkomna.
Välkomna, precis.
Välkomna. I will say that. I probably just said that. I'm a douchebag or something. But welcome back to the show. Charlie, hand it over to you. Carry on.
All right. So after killing this ice giant, taking care of him pretty easily, considering how you thought it was going to go in the first place, you made some really good decisions, and now you're back at your carts, both with Lieutenant Harmon and her 4 soldiers that are sitting at the carts as well.
Okay. I'm just gonna hobble up into the back of the cart and just grab a seat quickly, and just sort of put all my belongings down, I guess, underneath my feet, and take my helmet off and just sort of sit there and I'm gonna just start slowly praying.
All right. As you kind of pray, you recognize you expect to kind of feel this emotion of support, just as you did when you call your guidance. But as you try to talk directly to them, as you try to do your prayers, it feels empty. It feels just as cold as the ice giant eyes as you were staring into. You don't know why, but it feels like they're slipping out of your grasp.
To Bjorn, he sort of thinks that the gods and Odin they're just testing him and testing his resolve. So he just continues to pray as if there's nothing different.
Absolutely. So you sit on the cart, your horse is kind of stirring around. Who's driving?
Sven was the driver before.
Yeah, but I didn't know how. It was Björn who knew how. I mean, if we're going, then I'll hold the wheel.
I want to,
So, yeah.
assume that
I'll
Sven
be-
is always driving from now on, so that no matter
Yeah.
where we go, we are treated with suspicion as soon as this fucking like bird masked dude shows up on an armored cart.
No, but since I'm good with animal, I guess, yeah, it makes sense.
So as you kind of sit at the front of the cart, you kind of try to calm the horses. You try to make these horse sounds of calm to them. I'm not sure what that would sound like, but your presence alone kind of calms them down. And slowly you start make the horses go, and you kind of start making your way through this snowy landscape. Yeah.
As we start moving and as everybody's in the cart, I'm actually gonna like start picking up my chanting and just like, and in Norse, I'm just gonna be saying over and over, Odin heal us, Odin heal us, Odin heal us, and I'm doing that for literally for 10 minutes. At the end of that, basically I'm casting prayer of healing, and everybody takes. Oh wow, he really isn't listening at all. You're not right. That's 2d8 plus 2, and I rolled.
Wow,
So they're really not.
That's especially. As you all hear as he starts speaking, Odin helaus, you feel kind of a warmth spread out of you. But Björn, you feel that it's more your own, you're a paladin or a cleric? Paladin.
Clear.
Cleric. You feel your own clerical powers kind of take over. You don't feel that support, so you can't give as much as you want. You see Lieutenant Harmon kind of looking at you, side-eyeing you, but she doesn't say anything.
You know, I wasn't entirely sure that you were a Midgardian, but the Odin thing kind of seals the deal.
I thought when I cut out the frost giant's eye, that would have sold it.
Well, I'm not familiar particularly with the religious practices of any outside of my own choices.
Well, I have many books. I will lend you some.
Please, that would be most helpful.
Bjorn, do they cut off arms? Did you see I cut off the arm?
Well, I typically sacrifice eyes to Odin, but I'm sure there's a god that accepts arms.
I shot it in the face and cut off an arm. Did you see that, Cursor? Did you see I cut off its arm, a beak?
Hands at least certainly have some precedence in some religions.
Did you see Sven? Sven?
I saw it. I saw it. I'm gonna write a song about you. I'm gonna call it Rook the Compliant.
Rook the Compliant.
A frost giant. He cut off his arm. He came to no harm, and
And
I'm
then
gonna have to work on that a little bit.
And then he fell face down in the snow with excitement.
It's true. It's true. I killed Frost Giant
That was a
all
good
by
one.
myself. I killed Frost Giant all by myself.
Nice.
Sven, did you see me shoot it?
I mean, I'm not sure that all by yourself particularly qualifies in this
Well, I
situation.
cut
as there
off an
are
arm,
an additional
and
four of
I
us.
shot it dead, so I think you can safely say that I did all of the damage to the Frost Giant.
Very well.
I look over to Ash and sort of, oh, let him have this one.
She's already gone back to whatever she had in front of her.
I've never killed
Ash?
anything before. It is the first thing I kill is a Frost Giant.
You see,
Bloody hell, those bloody books
Lieutenant
then.
Harmon kind of looks up. She looks over at Sven. How did you know that that fire would hurt it?
Fire. Iron.
I really didn't. As I figured that it would hurt more with fire than without.
I can imagine.
He's just smart.
I
And
was
that.
thinking,
And that.
your mask, is it some sort of for protection?
Yeah. Also, I am a doctor.
Oh, maybe you could take a look at Grace over here. Could you?
I'm kind of riding the horse at the moment.
Yes, but of course, but when we stop.
I can swap out now if you want.
But, I mean,
Yes, please. I think she doesn't look very good.
oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, take them. And I'll jump back.
So I can hear his voice faltering. So under my breath, I'll just sort of whisper bravery. I'll give him a bardic inspiration die. Because he's
All
gonna
right.
need it.
All right. Let's see. What's wrong with her?
So in like the back of the cart, you see a young woman dressed in simple military clothing. She's wearing the same kind of red like under shirt as the other ones are. You see her lips are blue. She has got dark circles under her eyes, and she's kind of shivering. And that's all you can make out right now.
I think she's cold.
Yes, but we've taken everything over her. And you see how they like taken like they're like some have like jackets taking it over her. She doesn't seem to stop.
I'll look her up and down and see can I find any wounds on her.
You can't find any wounds. But as you kind of look closer, you see kind of small scratches.
How long has she been like this?
Ever since the other ones were frozen.
Oh well.
Could you do something about it?
Not from here. I would need to go into Ryeberry and see if I can do anything from there. I'm sorry.
All right. Thank you, Dr.
Sven.
Sven. Thank you. And she kind of turns back and she looks after this woman.
I'll hop next to Bjorn in the front.
All right. So let me see.
We must all call him Dr. Sven from now on.
Yeah, I was muted, but I guess as soon as Sven like sits down, I guess I'm still holding the reins, and I'm not gonna pass him over. I turn to him. Dr. Sven, it has a good ring.
Yeah, thanks.
Have you studied medicine before?
I realized that I've clearly not thought this through since it was just yeah. Yeah, yes I have. 5 years.
Oh. Can I roll an insight check?
Sure.
Or I wonder if I'd even be able to discern though, because I can't actually see his face.
I should have some kind of yeah.
Like, it's probably with disadvantage because like I can't see him. I can only hear his tone of voice. So
Yeah. I'd say roll a deception check with advantage, Sven, against his insight.
I don't know if I've ever seen a deception. A long time since I've seen this. 8.
It's 13.
Oh, 13. That's right, the advantage. And I guess insight with disadvantage 7. Oh, damn.
No, not a disadvantage. It's just you
Just
are
straight up.
normal. You just gave him advantage. So, he can see through you. What do you want to know? Like, what are you actually feeling?
Did he actually like study for 5 years?
Did you
That's
study
sort
for
of-
5 years?
I'm curious about.
Wait, no, I did not.
So I guess as soon as I say that, I just say, no, you didn't. If you did, then I'm sure you probably would have been able to help her. Potentially, maybe.
The art of medicine is much harder to understand than you think.
I-
So.
You're totally right. I wouldn't be able to heal jack shit if I didn't have my spells. And like it barely, it's embarrassing to be honest.
Exactly. Now drive the horse.
Okay.
Drive. All right.
Oh yeah.
So I just with that I just kind of turn back and put my mask back up. And one thing too, like Bjorn's face is like fully scarred, so he's a really scarred guy, and then he just puts that back up and just rides along. And probably every few minutes you hear me like, "Oh, bless me" or something, and or probably in Norse, but you probably wouldn't know what I'm saying. But every few minutes I'm chanting.
You hear one of the soldiers, a young man. We're in the war.
Who is he looking at?
He's looking at. He's mostly looking at Bjorn, but he's kind of looking at all of you, asking if you were in the war.
The war? No.
When was the war?
No.
Do I know what war he's referring to?
You know what wars he's referring to. He's referring to the war 20 years ago between Illyrians and the Midgardians.
I was, as they say, far too busy for wars at the time.
Before my time.
Was I? I don't know if I was or not.
Depends on how old you are. If you're like around 30, I'd say, I mean, you would have kind of grown up with it, but you living so far north, you wouldn't be as affected by it. But you'd know that your parents probably fought against the Illyrians trying to take over Midgard.
My father fought in the war.
So didn't mine. Probably
How
on the
many
other
boots
side.
did yours get?
How many what?
Boots. You go for the boots. More money in the boots than the teeth.
You know,
Went for any boots.
Awkwardly, there are those of us in this vehicle that are from different sides of this war. Perhaps it's not the best subject.
I mean, he's calmed down now. It's not like there's a war now. At least I don't think. And he kind of looks at Lieutenant Harmon. Let's hope it won't come to that. All right. And as you sit in the cart, you see as more snow kind of starts trickling down, the wind starts getting more heavy and you just feel yourself kind of shivering. Soon as you kind of go across a hill, you see as trees start going white, you see frost on the ground. You hear the slow clampering of the horses as you go. It's soothing, but you know your work isn't over. At least not for today. You come and you see this, you see the walls of Rybury appear before you. You see small torches around. You see people walking. And now it's about midday, I'd say. High noon.
Just
That'd be
curiously, did we like? Oh, this is a different town. Never mind.
So that we're back to the one that we were at before.
They
Exactly.
were Lawrence.
Okay.
Yes, I'd probably be just directing the horses, I guess, towards the stables where to store the horses. I would assume either.
Yeah, you come to the front gate. You see the same soldiers. They kind of look at you like, "Oh, you're back. Did it go well?"
And just nod.
And he kind of looks around at the cart, assuming that there had been nothing wrong. And then you see as Harmon, she jumps off the cart, and she starts helping her soldiers down. You see as two of the other soldiers, they kind of carry this other girl who's still shivering and she's turning more and more pale. She walks up to the soldier and she nods. They're gone. Most of them. And you see the soldier who kind of looks at her. What happened? What happened? What happened? And Harmon, she just kind of looks back at you and she goes with her soldiers inside, leaving you to the confused soldier in front.
Right then, drinks.
No, we have an order of business. Sir, if you could direct us to the local academic, that would be helpful.
Or tavern, whichever's easiest.
What happened over there?
We have some items that need to have their natures clarified somewhat. So, the local mage, please.
But Fort Holm, what happened to Fort Holm?
Frost giant knocked it down. Local mage, please.
What?
It's okay. It's
And
dead.
you see
I
the-
killed it.
I'm sorry, didn't you hear me the first time? A frost giant knocked it down.
Yeah, I killed the first
Yes.
giant. I did. Hi.
All right. And you see as more soldiers, they kind of start talking, and one that looks more in charge, he comes forward. Captain Lawrence told me to take you to him. And he motions you to follow him.
Oh, we're going to see Captain Lawrence. I was going to speak to. I hope to have more of a debrief before we went to see the captain, but very well.
Have you ever killed a frost giant? I'm poking at the soldier.
He looks down at you. He's probably about like 2 heads taller than you. He's dressed in more elaborate armor, still rugged. See, he's got kind of like a 5 o'clock beard and kind of dark-haired throat bag. No, because they're not real.
Oh, they're not real. Okay.
After hearing this, I'm gonna jump up on top of the cart and theatrically spread my arms. They do not exist. Well, let me tell you a story. And I point over to Rook and like try and pull him forward. Does he come?
Yeah, I'm already waiting for you to perform the song about me that I knew would be written.
Oh no, this is not the song. This is just story time. I don't have actually out.
I'm like holding the soldier who's trying to lead us away.
behold, Rook, the hero of the world.
The world? No, I just killed one frost giant. I am no hero.
Humble to the very end, and he killed the frost giant.
This is all very interesting, but
I am the frost giant. Nar, I will kill all of you. But I am Rook. I will kill you all.
Sure, I believe you.
We should have brought the arm.
Please
Then we could
follow
have shown
me.
this person the arm and they would believe us. Nobody has arms as big as this.
With that, I reach into my pack and pull out the eye of the frost giant, and just sort of I hold it up in my hand, and I sort of just like sort of slowly unwrap it, the towel that it's in, and just sort of show him the eye.
This is the eye that I did not shoot out.
He kind of like looks at it, kind of leans down. Right. You'll have to talk with him. He kind of looks sick. He leads you back to the same place, Captain Lawrence's office was. And he kind of opens the door, leads you the way. You see the same kind of red banners with the solar symbol on it. It's like a sun. He knocks on the door. Yes, come in. He opens, and he leads you in.
Captain,
Yes, you're back.
some news. Just report.
Fort home. Do they know?
They are very well aware. However, they are also mostly all dead. Other than perhaps 3, I think, of them were with us. There's at least one, a captain, or not a captain, Lieutenant Harmon, but some others as well of varying consequence.
Harmon is all right.
Harmon is fine. She is down with her men by the gate. But my main concern is that it appears to have been the work of a frost giant. And frost giants do not roam this far south, not regularly unless they are driven as such. And we found a gem. Sven, do you have the gem?
Yeah, I'll just pour it in my pocket and just toss it. I guess there's a table in the middle. Put it there.
Yeah, you put it down on his desk. You see this beautiful purple gem.
Well, we found a gem that could be the material components to some kind of capturing spell. Something to transport a large creature or object a far distance without having to carry the volume of a large creature or object on your person. So I believe that your culprit may be someone of particular magical talent, and I'm hoping that you might direct me to your local academics so that we can discuss further and at length as to what this gem's actual content may have been. Because if it's the frost giant, we already know what we need to know. But if it was something else, then we'll have to keep an eye out for additional entanglements.
I still say it's too small for a frost giant.
He looks at you and he kind of shakes his head. It's like, you mean that entire Fort Holm is gone?
Well, the fort is still standing. There's a wall, perhaps, that has been damaged somewhat.
The men are women, the soldiers.
Sadly perished.
All gone.
He kind of looks down on his papers, shakes his head, and he takes out his pen and he kind of writes down some notes. Too many casualties already. I'm not sure what's going on, but it sure isn't good. All right, about this gem, I'm sure you need some rest. You are free to use the barracks if you wish, but maybe you would rather have something to drink and something to eat.
I know that some of my compatriots are certainly interested in the local locations of alcohol.
Wait.
Awful thirsty work.
Do you believe us? I'm kind of looking him over, Captain Lawrence.
Something about you all makes me believe you. I'm not sure, maybe it's an old habit, but I do believe you.
There is no reason for us to lie to you.
Do you believe that I am the one that killed the frost giant?
No, not at all.
Tell them. I can get your...
He did it. He did.
Harmon? I'm shouting for the woman. She will tell you. These are my friends, but your friend will tell you. I am the one that dropped the frost giant. I cut off his arm, shot him in the face.
Right.
It's
Okay.
very, it was all very brave.
I can imagine.
Look, I am covered in blue blood.
So what say you? You have some options right now. I must say I am impressed by your actions. I will offer you a place in the Solar Army, if you would wish. We could give you ranks, we could give you power. You would have a decent pay to do work for the good. We will, of course, reward you.
beer, to be honest.
What did you say?
Beer. You drink it.
Yes, of course. All right, what is for now, I have some rewards for you. If you'd like, you could take a look at the confiscated items in the treasury if you'd like. They will be yours for the taking. I have a feeling you're more keen towards the magical kind of items.
I will
perhaps.
take your magical item for slaying your frost giant, but I will not be joining your guards.
Me too.
Not particularly of a military mind, though if it's tactics you require, then I am more than adept at coming up with a plan that will take out almost any problem.
Of course, I mean you are free to be freelancers. We can employ you at an undisclosed time, and we'd pay you for each mission you would do.
Certainly, I feel that my talents are best suited to a consulting position.
I trust your capabilities. We'll probably need that in the future if we're supposed to find out what's actually going on here.
Yes, well, in the roving band of Nilfgaardian horde, I don't know if I would call it a horde, legion. What would you call? What's the middling thing between? Not bandits. Not.
I think they were Viking.
Could be.
I mean,
Hard to say. I never saw the whole group, so I can't count them up and tell you an accurate description of the group. But when they arrive, hopefully we'll be able to deal with them. Is all I'm thinking.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's been peace for quite some time, and for them, the Nords, the Midgardians, to do something so brash would be stupid of them.
Well, these aren't Midgardians. They are Nilfgaardians.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, they seem to wear the garb of many of the roving northern tribes. Seem to remember. I could be wrong. I'm not often wrong, but I could be wrong.
They're definitely dressed from the north.
I have informed Rovalon of this, and I will have word from my general soon. You can stay at the barracks for free if you'd like. It's not exceptionally comfortable, but it's lodging. There is the Lucky Dragon, just a bit. You go down to courtyard and then over, and I'm sure some soldier could tell you the way. Tell Jill that I sent you.
Does the Lucky Dragon possess enough space in one of the rooms to set up a small study?
They have a couple of rooms, yes.
Oh, good. Yes, I'll go there.
And whatever you do, stay away from the Black Cat. It's of questionable content in there. I would say keep yourself away from there.
Yes, will do. Now, as to my previous question, the stone, local academic mage, person of sagely advice, who you would go
Yes,
to?
oh, of course. I think you could talk to my friend Rysard Sursek. I think he could help you.
Rysard?
Yes.
Very well. I will find out where he lives.
He lives by the fountain. He lives. He's got a small shop. He specializes in finding things and identifying them.
Very well then. I reach my hand out to scoop up the gem on the table if Sven doesn't stop me.
Do you stop her
No.
from taking the gem?
No.
All right.
All right.
And I'll ask, do you have a doctor store?
A doctor's store
For
You-
doctors.
for
He is
doctors.
a doctor. Oh, very well.
Do you think about healing and things like that?
More like the tool, yes.
Tools. I would say either you could step by the church, they might have something for you, or the Watchers Vanguard. They're where their doctors are.
All right.
They might have something for you.
I'll swing by.
And thank you again. Even though what happened is very sad, I appreciate your help.
So, where again is this treasure room?
All right. So I don't forget. He calls the other guard that brought you in. Bring them to the golden room. He looks at him like, why? Don't question it. Then he kind of nods and he kind of motions for you to come follow him. You see he's got this big keychain with a bunch of keys on it, and he's kind of going through them as you walk. I'm not sure what you did, but I mean, you must have done something good.
Killed the giant.
Did he say the golden room?
It's not golden, but
Is there gold in there?
maybe.
Also, do you want to know something?
Sure.
What killed this frost giant?
I killed the frost giant.
It's true, he did. I saw him.
Cut off its arm.
I wrote a song about it.
Great. He looks back at Captain Lawrence and he nods and closes the door. And before he does, Captain Lawrence says, and if you want, you can come back tomorrow. I have more quests for you if you'd like. We could use your help.
Of course, you can use my help.
And they close the door, and the other soldier, he looks back at you. I'm not sure why he's letting you look into the treasury, but all right, follow me. And he leads you down a couple of stairs. You walk past several closed doors, and then you walk down another couple of stairs, and then you start seeing kind of cell doors with different kinds of items back behind it. You see some supplies, some weapons, some armor. And then you see one door. It's got kind of a little golden plate on it. It says confiscated items of questionable content. And he kind of looks up and he finds a key. He opens it and lets you in. You see kind of a small room. It's not made out of gold. It's kind of a dark, musty smelling place. You see a table, and on the table there are several items. And you're free to search as you wish.
Why they would store things away in a place separate that they can't use themselves, I have no clue. Ash says to herself more than anyone.
Then why are they giving them to us?
They're giving them to us as payment. These are things they could have been using for themselves.
We don't use magic. It's not you. We can't use them.
Surely the content surely the magic contained within the physical space of these items is not going to be destructive. Things like keeping your men safer, a blade of armor, you know?
Our faith would protect us, and that is enough.
And under my breath, the faith in Norse.
Is everything
kind
in
of-
here magical?
You kind of look around. Ash, you don't sense that everything is of magical content. You find a couple of scissors. You find a couple of broken knives. You think this is more of like a what would you call it? Bevis. I don't know what that's called.
Evidence.
Evidence, exactly. Thank you.
Oh,
More
like contraband.
exactly.
Like an
Illegal.
evidence lockup place. Yeah.
Exactly.
in the police.
So, when you look around, who's taking the things?
I would look for a dagger since mine is in the frost giant's face. I never really pulled it out, so I need a new one.
You find a dagger. It's kind of got like this serrated blade. It's kind of it's a flame bladed blade. It goes like this. It kind of looks like a snake. And it's got this silvery kind of handle.
As I see you sort of like playing with something or like picking it up and looking at it, I say, hand it to me.
Here you go.
I take it and I dig in my pockets for a smaller book, flip it open, and recite a few magic words and cast Identify.
As you kind of identify this serrated blade, you kind of look at the snake thing going through the handle. It's kind of a silvery green blade. You feel kind of a sense of poison on this blade. You're not sure how much or what kind of, but it's probably some kind of poison magic.
I believe that Identify at least gives me like what it actually does.
Okay.
So let me quickly check Identify just so that I'm not speaking out of turn, so to speak. You choose one object that you must touch through casting the spell. If it's a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
So if it's only like poison, you don't see it. But if it's magic
If it's magic,
or
in some
poison,
way-
then, yeah.
It's a dagger of venom.
Okay.
I can look that up later. I don't have it on me on the thing right
Yeah.
now. I think it's this.
As you're handing it, yeah. Oh.
I hand it back to you, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So what is it?
Well, the snake on it makes me think that it's probably poison in some way.
I'll drop it instantly as she says that. It's to the ground.
Not poison to the user, poison to the thing you stab with it.
Oh. I'll hunker down, pick it back up.
What kind of useless dagger do you think they'd make that poison the person that uses
She
it?
said it was poison. I don't know. That's all she said.
Is there? I want to rummage through. Is there anything tasty in here?
Tasty. You find some old berries dried up. You don't
tell her.
sure what this is. You find some kind of powder. It's nothing of value as you find. You see a small ring lying on the desk. It's made out of gold, and you have on top of it a garnet, kind of in this fiery, beautiful ember shade. And you can pick that up if you want.
Yeah, I'll pick it up and I'll sort of give it a cursory glance. Here, Ash. What's this? I toss it over to her.
I take it into my hand, catch it, and look it over, but I say, can't cast the spell again. I only prepared one. But I can just
Arcana.
find out.
Yeah, you could just find out. You could just make an Arcana check. But there's also another thing you find. You see this. You see some armor lying on the side. It's this kind of dark, brownish, leathery things with kind of small silver feathers on it. Looks pretty, but you're not sure. You feel some kind of magical presence emanating from it, at least.
Well,
I'm not
What-
interested in that because I don't use
what-
armor.
I'm
What
gonna
pe-
pick it up and toss it to Rook.
what?
If it's not magical, I'll take it.
Yeah, see. That's what it is. And then you also find next to the garnet ring, you find a beautiful golden ring with a lavish emerald gem. And you feel like only the most vain folk would ever wear this ring.
Well, allow me to educate you first on what you have in your hands there. The ring that you handed me and that I'm giving back to you now is a ring of fire shielding. It grants you resistance to fire when you wear
Toss
it.
it.
Oh,
Ping, 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 ping.
very well. The
Oh,
armor,
what- is it worth money?
yes, it's magic.
I try and find it again.
The armor that Rook is now holding is, of course, armor of haste. It will allow you to move more quickly and lightly on your feet.
Of course, the armor of haste.
I am pretty fast already. I'll put it down over the other side. Plus, this is pretty tough.
It's got beautiful silver feathers on it.
As drawn as I am to it, I will still step away from it and pretend as if I'm not that interested, and I'll quickly change the subject to, Ash, why do people not believe that I killed the frost giant?
Because you're small and inconsequential.
Okay.
Don't believe her.
So I'm like,
He's not that small.
I'm like,
Taller
I'm
than
like,
me,
I'm
right?
like sifting through some random
I mean,
stuff.
he's as tall as Ash, probably.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think I'm like 5'7".
Yeah,
and
it's,
I'm
like,
like
similar.
skinny as well. Like, I definitely should not have been able to kill a frost giant. I just
I,
got lucky.
I look at the last object that you've detailed for us, Charlie, and I pick up the ring with the green stone in it. Take
Yeah.
a close look. And I will Arcana check again.
Okay, a 24.
I just can't fail Arcana checks.
As you look at this ring, you feel drawn to it. Feels powerful. It feels like generations of very aristocratic and noble women and men have worn this ring. It's drawing you in. You want to try it on. You want to feel that confidence. You want to feel kind
Should
of like
I make a will save? Is that what you're saying here?
No, you have the option not to put it on, but it's very, very beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I
Pretty
can't
good
not. I
practice.
can't not put it on because I have 3 wisdom and the desire to do something overrides my common sense.
Yeah. So you put the ring on. You feel kind of a surge of confidence fill you. You are cut above the masses, aren't you? And as you kind of look at it, you feel your hand kind of cold. And as you open it, you see several golden coins in your hand.
Haven't seen this one before.
Can you do that again? And I go to take the coins out of her hand and plop them on the table.
Maybe.
You kind of put your hand out on the table. Several more coins kind of spill out
Okay,
until
okay.
it stops.
It makes
Yeah,
cursed
just-
money. This is bad for inflation.
But good to get us through.
This is bad for the economy.
Who is
Is
tracking
that all it
these
does?
coins?
With an Arcana check of 24, do I know what this is?
You don't know what it is. Definitely know it's magical.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. That is what you can ascertain from it right now.
All right. I guess I'll take this then.
I'm gonna scoop up the ring with the fire sigil on it, and or was it ruby you said?
Yeah. No, garnets.
Garnet?
Yeah. I think that's the same color. It's like red.
I think so. Sort of like a dark red. And as I put that ring on, do I feel any different? Like when I get this sort of sensation of or having this fire resistance, like do I feel anything, or is it just
You kind of feel like warmth surges through your body. You feel kind of warm at first, but it's a good sensation. It's almost like you have these gentle flames kind of going around you. You can't see anything, but you have this feeling kind of like there's an outer layer of flame kind of protecting you.
the second I sort of get that like flame sensation, I sort of like gasp and I take it off and I stow it away.
All right. The guard outside, he kind of, you done in there?
Is there anything else looking around?
You can roll a perception check.
Sure. 19.
Babe.
19. As you look around, you see a small little, it kind of looks like a leather scrap piece. You see it's got some kind of engraving on it. It looks like a hand, and then it's kind of got flames flowing from it.
When I see the engraving, I want to do a check to see if I notice that engraving. What kind of a check would that be?
You notice the engraving. You notice
Okay,
it.
I
It's
notice
like it's lying there. But you're not quite sure what it is.
I pick it up. It's just a hand, a severed hand.
It's an engraving of a hand and then flame around it.
Oh, okay. As soon as I look at that, I just keep looking at it. Ash, have you seen anything like this before?
Yeah, I'm sort of distracted by the ring I'm wearing that I can't identify. Let me see. Let me take it from you. Look at it closely, as I do with all of these objects. Is this still Arcana, Charlie, or is this
This is history.
history?
Wow.
Jesus.
This rolls. Holy shit.
I've got 20 intelligence. I got plus
Yeah,
7.
you're really smart.
Right here.
As you look at these symbols, you kind of go through your mind. It's almost like you have an entire library in your head as you think back. Every single page you've ever read, it's kind of fuzzy, but you remember seeing it somewhere. You kind of look back, you go to section A, B, and then you see looking for symbols. You remember your father. He spoke to you once. As he was teaching you about the ethereal of grace, he mentioned that there are other bad people out there that will use their magical powers for bad things. You were very small, so you didn't understand a lot back then, but you knew that people would use magic for very, very dark things. And that's why he told you that your friend, Ada, she was sent to Arcane Sanctum because her powers were too powerful for her. and it was for her own good. But they would of course keep you with them, but it was always important that you kept your powers in check. And you remember also, he said, always stay away from the Erd.
The Erd. And this is what the symbol pertains to, the Erd.
Yeah.
This would be the symbol of some very bad people. Those who would use magic for ill. Have you heard of the Erd
Nope.
before?
Only for them farmers.
Don't know much though.
Rook, roll a deception check.
For fuck's sake. I knew it was coming. Oh, I've got an 8.
Everyone else, yeah.
No. I have never heard of Erd. What is this on ground? I want this. Can I keep this? Picking up like a lockpick. Wow, this is great. Bye.
He seems very nervous as you talk about the Erd.
I'm trying to leave the room.
Exactly.
I'd like to stop him. Here, hang on a minute.
Oh, is this yours?
What are you telling us?
I think I throw this must be yours. I'm very sorry, Cars. Here you go.
I don't want a bloody lockpick. I want to know what you're hiding.
Well, it was this lockpick. I find it on ground. I did not realize it was yours. We should go and get you beer, huh? You want some beer?
I noticed also something's
Do
off.
want beer.
Are you lying to a doctor?
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Yes.
Dr. Sven.
A very impressive doctor. Yes. I would never lie to you.
You're sure? You're not lying.
I 100% believe you.
Thank you, Ash. Why nobody is believing me today?
Rook,
All
have a
right,
sit
all
down by
right,
you.
out of there. The soldier says, we don't have all
we
day.
have to leave now. I will lead the way. Walking out.
I watch him walk out and I narrow my eyes at him.
Let's get some ale.
Now,
Bjarn,
that is the best idea you've had all day.
Yes.
assuming you don't use whatever that item is for ill, then the symbol means really nothing. But I don't know how you feel about wearing the or using the icon of something other than your god.
That's only on the other thing I found, right? That's not the ring, right?
Oh, you mean the engraving on the
Yeah.
leather?
The
Yeah,
engraving,
it's on. It's just like a mark on like a piece of leather.
Do you think we should keep this?
No reason to bring it with us. I don't think it's innately magical.
Okay. And I just sort of
Um,
look it over one last time and just toss it back into the room.
As you look it over one last time, roll a perception check.
Perception check.
This thing looks kind of valuable, right? Can I try and pocket it?
What looks valuable?
This ring, was it not a ring?
No, that was just a piece of leather with the engraving of the Erd.
Like a small piece?
Yeah, it's about like the size of like
I want to ask Rook about this later, so I'm going to try and pocket it without anyone noticing.
I didn't.
but Bjarne is looking at it again.
I didn't take the armor either, by the way. If someone else picked it up.
Did you roll a perception? Oh, you did. It's,
Yeah, I rolled a 6.
I was like looking back and I was like, okay.
I thought
I
you
don't-
just. I thought you'd seen it.
Okay. Yeah. Did you put it down or?
Well, I was gonna take one last look at it, so that's my last look. And then if I don't notice anything, I was gonna just toss it into the room. Just literally
Okay.
just throw it back into the room.
Carcer, are you taking it?
Yeah. I want to try and ambush Rook with this later.
Okay, you can roll a perception as you pick it up.
I'm not good at that. Apparently I am today.
Okay. As you pick it up, as Bjarni just tossed it, you kind of just take a look at it for yourself. You being more of a nature kind of person, you've flayed a lot of animals. You've tanned a lot of leather. This leather is different.
I swear to God, if this is human skin.
It's thinner. It's got a different kind of tone to it than what you've seen before.
Is it human skin?
Who knows?
You you kind of take a look at over it. You have this weird feeling that it's not of animal descent.
Oh God. Oh, it's disgusting. Yeah, I'm gonna like just stuff it in my pocket and try not to think about it.
All right. So, the soldier kind of ushers you out. He locks the door behind you. He pretends really not to look at what you found. Did you take the money that you dropped on the table? From the ring?
If no one else has, I would have
Yeah,
instantly.
I would have had the 3 pieces.
You guys are all over the gold anyway, so yeah.
It's quite a lot of gold. It's about 50 gold pieces.
Holy shit.
Okay, this was like
It was just like falling out of your palm. And he walks you up and out of the office, out of the barracks, and into the courtyard, the entrance. You see more people walking around. You see the soldiers kind of stirring. You see Lieutenant Harmon talking to some other soldiers and some other that seem to be higher in rank. They kind of nod, and you see that they have probably been informed of about what happened at Fort Holm. There's kind of a solemn silence and acceptance over all the soldiers. And at the same time, you see how more of them, they're kind of looking at their weapons. You see people, they're putting out more guards. They're probably getting ready for something.
Looks like they're expecting a fight.
Well, if they need me, they can find me at the Lucky Dragon.
We did warn them that the Norsemen are maybe coming here. At least they are heeding our warning.
Yes.
And as you say, the Lucky Dragon, the soldier, he kind of, the Lucky Dragon. I wouldn't go there if I were you.
Why?
If you want to drink water, that's where you go.
Well, I don't want to drink water.
Well, that's what they call ale.
Well, where should we go?
I mean, we're not supposed to say, but the Black Cat is where you get the good stuff. The Watchers, the church, they don't want us drinking. Not the real stuff, the hard stuff.
Which way is it?
Take me there.
Oh, so just go forward, take the left.
No, don't. Take me there.
To
I
the
seem
Black
to,
Cat.
Bjarn, I seem to remember the captain telling us that we should go to the Lucky Dragon.
Ugh. Do you always do what you're told?
Yes.
Not do what he's telling you.
Oh, she would. It breaks my heart.
Look,
Well-
I don't want to drink no piss water.
Yes, I do not want to drink piss water.
No.
How can you know it's piss water until we go there and you drink it?
Well, this fine gentleman here
He
said
said-
that it is.
He said.
Yes, but objectively, the captain told us to go to the Lucky Dragon, and this
Yes,
man is telling
but
us
the
to go
captain
elsewhere.
is a goody
Until we
two-shoes.
apply the scientific method, we cannot know the answer.
You go to piss water, get piss water, and bring it to us at Black Hat. And you can test
Can I-
side by side, and you can tell us.
I don't like this idea. The idea of testing side by side is a good idea if we want to test quality. But again, it comes back to that strong thing that you said, which was like strong
Yes.
how.
Yes.
All right. Oh, do as you wish. The lucky dragon is on the right, by the square. The black cat is just follow the square, go into the small alleyway, and then go left.
Because
See
you
you
said,
later, Ash.
because you also say piss water, but I've never had a drink that has tasted like piss.
You could try
Well,
drinking.
Come to
Millions.
my house sometime.
Listen, Ash, you always do what you're told. Yes?
Uh,
And we're telling you to go to the Black Hat.
Statistically,
Yes, but
there is
you're
a
not
higher risk
people
of
that
piss
I-
water.
Huh.
There is
He killed a frost giant.
zero risk of piss water at Black Hat. There is some chance of piss water at other one. Let's go Black Hat.
True, but zero risk of danger at the Lucky Dragon. And the captain of the military of this place told us that the Black Cat was dangerous.
We killed
Maybe
a
she
frost
likes
The
giant.
captain, he's probably on the take, innit?
You can cast giant fire from hand. Who you are afraid of in this place?
Very well, I'm done arguing. Fine, we'll go there.
Okay.
When I'm right, and when you're
Carcer.
wrong and we're hurt, it's on your head.
Carcer, lead the way because I do not want to walk in first. I'm scared of this place.
Come on, let's get some non-piss water for
Non-piss
once.
water.
Non-piss water.
If it is bad drinks, the doctor will heal us. Dr. Sven.
Of course.
You're going to drink
Is my
piss water
bravery still
regardless- if you're going to drink piss water regardless of where we end up, then why even bother?
Trouble is fun.
The fact they even sell piss water is befuddling.
Ash looks like she's gonna have like an aneurysm. Like she's so just like stressed out by this.
Ash, I tell you what, whichever one we go to, you'll sit in the corner and read your book, right?
Yes.
Does it matter which corner?
I prefer corners where there aren't people who will stab me.
Well, ain't no one gonna stab you if you're in the corner behind me.
Very well, acceptable. Let's go. That
All
seems
right.
that seems to have been
I say drugs. I mean, non-piss water.
that seems to have been reasonable enough to just like get her to go.
So, you kind of remember what the soldier told you. Go right, go to the square. So, you start making your way through this small kind of city. You see people, they're talking, they seem kind of worried. But it's still kind of, it's not, the news haven't really come to the norm, like the what would you call it, the normal people yet. Kids are running around. You see more and more people are actually taking out their winter wear. You see people wearing thicker coats, kind of taking in their animals. And you walk into the city square. It's dirty. You smell different kind of spices, food. You also smell waste and dirt, as in any kind of town. You see different soldiers just sitting by the corner. They're smoking or talking about taking a break from the day. You walk, you take that side road, you walk into a small alley. And as you walk into the small alley, you kind of feel the aura kind of change. Instead of only humans, you now walk past dwarfs. You see maybe even a tiefling walking past you. You see small people, you see taller people. They have different skin tones, tattoos, tattered clothing. They're hooded, they're cloaked, as if not to gather attention to themselves. You seem to be in some kind of slum area of this city. You walk into dirt, careful not to step into something you don't want on your boots. And soon you see a small sign up above this kind of a dark door. You see the silhouette of a black cat with its tail kind of twirling around itself. No letters, no nothing. You see a small halfling stand there. You see it's a woman. She's got red hair tied back into a ponytail, and you see she's got some kind of tattoos going across her face. Probably something in giant or whatever language, you don't know.
Is it Draconic, Celestial, or Elven?
No, it's not.
All right, just checking.
Does anyone know Infernal? No. Okay, you have no idea what it says. It just kind of looks like scratches, almost some kind of runes across her face. She looks up at you as you come. Hey, who are you?
Oh, love.
Who are you supposed to be?
I ain't no one, ain't I?
We're thirsty.
Well, you don't sell piss water in here.
Yeah, hell yeah, we don't say piss water over here.
You got whiskey?
We got whiskey, we got ale, we got beer. What else would you want?
You got any more like you?
There ain't more of me.
One of a kind, one of a kind.
That's right.
Ash has already gone to find somewhere to sit down.
There's not really any place to sit down. Most of the places are occupied by some dark cloaked figures. You see kind of people kind of coughing there. You see someone maybe even puking in the corner.
Charming.
You find kind of a small edge by the window that maybe you could sit on, but that's about it. You'd have to kind of share it with an old man sitting there. He doesn't even look like he's awake.
I look at Carcer after having surveyed the room and finding no open tables. I look at Carcer and I say, "There's nowhere to sit."
Oh, you're not inside yet.
Oh,
You're still outside. She hasn't let you in yet.
of course.
Who are you with? You with the army?
Or with ourselves.
Do we look like we're with the army?
I don't know what you look like.
Bjarne kind of does.
Don't cause any trouble, okay?
I ain't done nothing.
Or Minna will have my head. All right, you're free to go. And she kind of opens the door. You see she's got an axe kind of hanging by her belt. She kind of winks at Carcer as he walks in, and lets you through. Let me see.
I'm gonna ask Ash because Ash knows everything. Why don't they let the army in here? Is that even legal?
I would imagine that they don't let the army in here because things that happen in here are illicit of some nature and they don't want to get caught.
Oh, perfect. Sounds good to me.
Okay, so as you walk in,
I'm like busy talking to Ruck, and I'm like, I'm of the opinion that law enforcement is very important.
Yes, of course.
oh, this isn't right music. We need something else.
It's very important. You are the leader. Be dragged away from.
Yes. Yes, I am. I am the leader.
So when we step through the door and go into the door, how, like, first of all, how big, I guess, is this place? And second of all, I guess there's nowhere to sit down for us, is there?
Okay, so as you walk in, you have to first kind of take away, like pull away these red drapes that first appear as you walk in. As you see people kind of lying down on the different carpets with pillows surrounding them. They seem to be smoking some long pipes. You see tables, people are betting on games. See in the corner, people are shaking hands and switching some kind of package. You see a bar to the side. You see some people sitting next to it. They're chilling. They're having a good time. Maybe even a couple of soldiers.
Now I look for a place to sit.
There will be a place for you to sit, probably next to, like in a corner somewhere. There would be a table on the floor where you'll be able to sit down and actually put your books out.
That's what I do.
I'm gonna slap Bjorn probably on the butt because he's quite tall, right? Hey, what do you reckon about putting them coins to good use, then, huh?
Let's do it. And we look around. Rook, Zen, drinks.
Are you sure we want
yes.
to use the cursed coins to buy drinks? What if it does something bad to us?
Well, if we don't have the cursed coins, the better.
We'll just tell them that we didn't know they were cursed.
Let's not even mention anything about a curse, eh?
Yeah,
What
it's
do you mean cursed coins? What
Yeah,
cursed?
what are you talking about?
Right.
I just have this handful of gold. Shiny
Exactly.
gold.
Yes.
I literally just have him holding up these, I guess, like a small handful of gold pieces, just kind of looking at it. And when I look at it again, like actually, I want to really look at these gold pieces that this ring sort of materialized. Are they stamped with anything? Like, or are they just gold, literally just base blank gold coins? I'm curious. Is there anything on them?
As you look at them, you kind of see portraits of some sort of queen, maybe. You don't know. You have never seen this kind of coin before. It's beautiful. They're beautiful and golden and shiny. They look new, even though you've never seen them before. They have some sort of text on them, but it looks to be very old in a very old language. You can't really see what it says.
When I notice that, I'm going to grab one of the coins and just kind of huddle the group somewhat together. Do any of you know what this says?
Don't say it out loud.
It says, please redeem me for one beer of your choice.
Ah, perfect.
Wait, when you say group, did you mean me too, or just the other?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I tell what it says?
What language do you speak? Elvish?
I speak Elven, Draconic, and Celestial.
No. You can't really. No, you can't make it out.
Can I tell what language it is?
You'd imagine it'd be some sort of old human language, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I have no idea either.
Well, I'm sure they'll take it here. Let's drink.
Let's.
Gold is gold. It looks like, and I look around, they don't particularly care where the gold comes from, as long as it's gold.
This is true.
I'll also sit down by the table as they're walking up.
yeah. And as you kind of walk in, you smell the smoke of different spices and different herbs kind of fill the air. It's pleasant, but for someone not really used to an enclosed space with a bunch of smoke in it, especially you, Sven, you kind of need to breathe extra and kind of heave in your mask as you do.
Is Rook sitting down?
I'm with them, I think. I'm probably going... If they're going to, like, the bar and Ash is at the table, I'll be with them.
At the table?
No.
Or
Going away.
No, going.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. Okay.
So you walk to the bar?
Yeah.
As you walk to the bar, you see a barkeep. She looks to be probably a wood elf of some kind. She's got this bustle on, and she's got like a very low cut shirt. She's got this kind of light brown hair tugged back in some kind of bun. And she looks over and she's pouring up some ales. What can I get you, love? Haven't seen you here before.
10 whiskeys.
10
10
whiskey.
whiskeys. Really?
And a nail.
Right now?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, just a bottle and some glasses.
10 whiskeys of bottle.
Well, just one bottle instead of 10.
Can I get some ale?
Okay. It's yeah, of course you can. She kind of looks back. She gets out this bottle of whiskey. It looks like a good brand. She puts it on the table. She gets you a glass. She looks up at Carcer, kind of an ale, and she pours it up and she puts it out in front of you.
Take a sniff. Does it smell good?
Smells really good. You know, you have a feeling that this is quite close to what you would have at home. Not as good, but pretty close. This is probably some kind of home brewed type of ale.
They got some sort of IPA at the back. I'll take a swig.
It's good. That would be 2 gold.
Sure. I grab 2 of the gold out of my pocket, which are 2 of the new fancy fangled gold, and just pop them down.
She looks at the gold. She kind of like she looks at you, but she takes them. All right, next one. And she sees she turns to another customer and starts talking to them instead. You have your whiskey.
Rook, have you ever had this before?
Whiskey?
I just nod.
I don't think so, no.
Try this. And I just pick up the bottle and crack the top and just hand it to him. And I don't know if it's. I'm gonna see if he takes it.
It
Rook,
smells
I
like,
viewed it's better if you quaff it.
it smells like what they use to clean things.
It smells really strong, kind of like musty. Almost burns in your nostrils as you
I
smell it.
understand this. Whiskey is like elvish for piss water, isn't it? You drink, Barn.
Sure. I take it and I take a swig.
Ew, you drank the piss water.
And I take I don't know, probably like a nice big glug and take it down and wipe my face. Friend, this is not piss water.
It's killing you. The cursed coins.
Scratch my chin, take another drink. Getting used to the burn a little bit. No, it's not killing me. I'm just gonna head back over into the corner. Just take another sip as I'm walking.
I'm gonna turn to
I'm
Caster and say, "Did you see the barmaid? She could sense the evil from the coins, but she took them anyway."
I look at the barmaid. Does she look like she's sensing evil?
No. She's kind of looking you over, and when you look back, she kind of smiles.
We're both just looking at her like,
Except
she
I'm
kind of
all charismatic and smiley.
feels like you're checking her out. She kind of gives you both a smile, and she kind of continues
she is
on her
marked.
merry way.
She's
I
marked
think she
for
likes
death.
you.
She is marked for death.
Charlie, I have a question.
Maybe that's the curse. She fancies heroes.
There is nothing that
Maybe
can.
that's what she wants.
There's nothing that can save her now.
You had a question?
Yeah, how voluntary is the generation of gold from my hand? Like, if I tip my hand the wrong way, am I just like dumping gold onto the table? Or is it like, I want gold, boom?
As you try to kind of summon more gold, there's no more gold in it.
Okay, all right.
You have a feeling it might maybe return, but not at this moment.
Cool.
Eshan Ezra, the Gold Summoner. New to CBS.
So yeah, I've already set up a little corner. Ash has got a book or two out on the table already. And she has the gem in her hand as well. The one that that we found up by the fort. And She seems to be looking through one of the books on the table to try and find like an accurate depiction of this object.
All right. Roll Arcana.
Okie dokie.
Okay. And as you delve into your books, we're gonna take a break. So yeah. See you soon.
The old Bradwell cliffhanger right there. I have taught you well, my Padawan. All right. Well, we'll be back in a couple of minutes to find out what's in the book, and also to find out if the elven barmaid is marked for death, or if I'm just an idiot. We'll
Probably the second one.
we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Make sure to get your Class A drugs in while we're away, and we'll see you in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 minutes from now. Bye. everyone, welcome back. Sorry I clicked loads of things just then, and it was probably really annoying for people watching.
What are you doing?
Fucked it up.
I fucked everything up. I didn't really fuck it up. I don't know what's going on. I didn't know. I don't know.
Fuck it
I don't
down
know how to
again.
stream. Okay, I don't stream ever. I don't know why.
It's
I
over.
stream.
Stream's over. We're
Stream's
done.
done. Anyway, thanks for hanging around and watching the show. We are back with the final half hour. No, hour. I don't know why I can't speak. Let's continue with me not being able to RP. Charlie,
It's normal.
save me from myself. Karen, take the reins here.
Yeah, so you were sitting down at the tavern. You just got your drinks, and now you're all sitting at the tavern again, at the table.
You were just about to reveal what my book told me about.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You can't leave a cliffhanger and then not resolve it.
I do what I
Tune in
want.
next week to find out.
Just end an hour early just to leave on that cliffhanger. No. But you were looking at this gem, and at an 18, you try to just close out all the sounds around you. You stare at this gem. You try to concentrate your magical aura with your books at your help, and stare into this gem. It's almost like it's hollow. There are still reminiscences of a magical presence in there, but there are only almost like hints of it. It's not there anymore. You can ascertain that whatever has been in this gem has already been spent. It's been used.
As soon as you said hollow, I had this mental image of like Ash staring into this gem and then like having to quickly break eye contact. Like, no, I don't want to trap whatever's in my mind in that gem, you know? Like oh man, it's really
Wisdom saving throw. No, wait. It's okay. So you know it's been magical, but whatever has been in it, it's been spent. What magic that was in it, you don't know. It's hard to kind of trace back what's been inside once it's been spent. But you look closer and you kind of see a small crack on the side. And from what you can know, usually if you use a gem to help with your spell casting, they don't crack.
okay.
So whatever was kept inside of this gem might have been too powerful for it to contain.
So I see everybody else kind of coming over, and I put the gem away, and sort of wait for everybody to gather around with their drinks or what have you. Move my books out of the way of people trying to put drinks down, and don't want to ruin my precious tomes with your stupid rings of mead, and so forth. I wait for the rest of you to gather around before I say anything about the gem.
Are there any bards or a band playing here?
There is. You see in the corner, there's a really small stage. You see two men. One's got this kind of exotic type of flute, and the other's got some small drums, just sitting and playing carefully on them. It's a very soothing type of music. It's not really made for partying. It's more like relaxation and sensation in that kind of regard.
Are there people smoking opiates anywhere in this place?
Have you had an experience with opiates before?
I don't know. I feel like I'd probably be more comfortable in this place than some of the other places we've been. I probably haven't spent a lot of time in taverns drinking, but I've been hanging around in slums for a while, so I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, having like hanging around in slums, you'd have the knowledge that it's probably It's probably some kind of opiate, some kind of drug. Let me take up my drug sheet over here.
The
Past
old
the
drug sheet.
the band, I'm gonna give them the traditional bardic greeting as I walk past. Chill.
They
I'm-
sit and they continue playing, and they only nod at you. They don't really seem to recognize what kind of thing you did. These people they're more tan. They have darker hair and darker eyes. One of them has really green ones. You have a feeling they're probably not from Ilaria. Maybe Hosava, maybe further south in the country.
Oh, in that case, I give the southern bardic greeting.
You give this so-called southern bardic greeting. They kind of look at you, offended.
Oh wait, was that my uncle just fucked my donkey? Oh shit! I just wave and smile.
You just did.
Leave.
My uncle fucked the donkey towards them, and they look very confused.
Quickly give them a cursed coin.
Bjorn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd take one out and give one to him. Give one
And,
past the cursor at least.
Do they have a hat, or are they just playing?
They don't have any kind of like donation hat or boots or whatever.
Okay, I put it into my
Probably-
donation boot and leave.
You put it in
Smart.
your donation
Well,
boots?
they don't have one. So they're obviously not actually bards.
All right. And as you're sitting, you see Rick especially. You notice people are smoking, and they seem to be kind of out of it. You see there are probably some people who would supply with these kind of drugs in this place.
I am mildly interested.
You need to get some Class A drugs.
But I am also sort of weighing up my options here because I'm not a fan of the cursed coins, and I haven't got that much real coins. So I'll probably sit down and consider. What I'm saying here is when I get drunk, I'm probably going to go and buy some drugs from the drug-selling dwarves in the corner. But not yet. I'll sit down quietly and just wait for the whiskey to come my way.
And the whiskey comes your way, I suppose. As Bjorn sits down.
I guess I'm sitting down. I guess we're all sitting down, and I'll take a swig and I'll just put the bottle back down and see if anybody takes it. But I'm just sort of doing that. I'm just sort of to myself and kind of praying to Odin under my breath, very quietly too. But every now and then you'll just probably hear Odin. Might be the only word that you understand. And then every now and then
I push the
just
bottle
take
at
a
Sven.
swig.
What?
I'm pushing the bottle over to you. Bam.
Yeah. I got my straw ready. I was sitting there waiting for him to drink it up. Put it in the mouth.
I'm not sure that you're interested, but if you are actually still curious about the gem that we found up at the fort, I have found some things that I would like to share, some insights I would like to.
The empty gem.
Yes, the empty gem. It appears that whatever was in this gem perhaps didn't want to be and could not be contained as such by the gem, as there is a small crack along the side here. You see? Right there.
It was the fire giant, the frost giant. This drink is strong.
It is.
It's a fire. It's a fire.
I mean, it could have been the frost giant, or it may be something even more potent that escaped that we didn't see. Perhaps something that summoned the frost giant in and of itself.
There are more gems. Is it containing more giants?
No, those ones are merely naturally formed gems the frost giant had.
Yes, could I take a look at the gem?
Certainly, yes.
See if I can fix it.
I hand it over to you.
Grab it and I sort of like probably take one of my gauntlets off and grab it in my bare hand. And for those of you that are looking, like even my hands are all scarred up. But I'm going to cast Mending as one of my cantrips that I have. It there's a single break or tear in an object you touch. So I don't know if this will actually work, but I'm just going to use this spell on this gem to see if I can mend the crack.
It's a magic.
Yeah. You kind of hold it. You see kind of this glowing light surround the gem, kind of almost lifts up from his grasp. And you see as kind of the light shines through the cracks and these start to kind of bind together. And again, the gem is smooth and shiny.
So I guess as it plops back down to my hand, fixed. I pass it back to Ash. Try now.
I mean, I'm not sure what you wanted me to try, but it would contain something if we had something to contain, certainly, and I knew the right spells. I don't. But
As you kind of think over this gem and you think at its whole, maybe it would be able to store something in it. Maybe a spell?
I could try. Yes, let's try this. And I put the gem down on the table. And I take. I look around for something, and I see a little. I don't know, like pen or something on the in amongst my things, and draw a circle around it, and then another circle, and like a couple of lines, and like other stuff that looks very arcane. It sort of looks like when you're jotting down an idea on a napkin, but I'm doing it on the table. And I focus my energy on the gem, and I touch it with my hands, and I mutter a few words in an arcane language and cast a spell. Let's cast Detect Thoughts. And I focus the power of Detect Thoughts into the gem.
All right. As you kind of collect yourself and you do this ritual, you focus in this spell, right?
It probably takes me a good 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, it probably takes you a good 10 minutes.
I'm just looking at her while she's like completely zoned out.
You see her eyes kind of glow in this light bluish color, and you see as almost her soul goes into the gem, or what you think it is. As you look up, you look at the gem, and you see some kind of swirling energy inside, kind of slowly floating around.
Interesting. I wonder if Sven, here, take this. Try and use it. I don't know if it'll just be me that can, but it's not harmful, I promise.
Then just how would I use it? I'll try to direct it at Rook, I guess. Like I'm not. How would I use it?
Are you just waving a crystal at Rook right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just tell it to go.
Go.
So, no.
As he's doing this,
No.
I'm gonna cast message to Rook. No, you are cursed. You will all die.
The coins. Like I'm watching him with this thing, and I'm watching everyone look at me, and everyone's waving things at me, and I'm up out of my chair, and I'm walking away, as I'm like backing up away from you lot.
I'm rolling around laughing
Do not
so
try
hard.
your horrible witch magic on me. I want you to know they're casting magic in here. It's bad. They are not.
And as you say that, you see kind of as people quiet down, they're not as talkative anymore. And you see how kind of they turn The music kind of stops playing, but they go back again. Nothing happens for a moment, and you continue.
Yeah, that's right. You don't cast no magic on me. Hey!
No one is trying to cast magic on you, Rook. I'm merely trying to discern whether
He
the
is
spell that I
trying to
focused,
cast magic that you put into the evil
whether
gem.
the spell that I have focused into this crystal will be usable by anyone or only by me.
Well, they have him do it to you.
And as you are speaking, out of nowhere, a hand kind of slams down on Sven's hand with the gem. I wouldn't do that if I were you. And you see a dragonborn woman standing by your table, kind of putting down the gem, holding Sven's hand underneath it. She withdraws. Don't do things in my pub.
A pleasure to meet you, I say in Draconic. It was nothing harmful, I promise. I am a licensed practitioner of magic, trained by the church, the Ethereal Grace.
Do you see how she kind of laughs right at you? She answers back in Draconic. How very impressive that you know our language. Even though you were raised by fools who believe in books and stories.
Yes, well, whether the books and stories are true or not, and I switch back to common just so everybody else can understand. Whether the books and stories are true or not is up for some contention, certainly. The power that is granted to those who follow the Ethereal Grace and the powers within are certainly something that is measurable. Clerics and paladins and so forth. Those who wield the divine
You
magic.
are in my pub, in my domain. You see how she kind of leans forward, her kind of brassy snout leaning towards you all. You see Ember eyes staring back at you. She's wearing some kind of golden chain and a white cloak of some kind, adorned in beautiful, intricate embellishments. Magic. You have made quite a name for yourself in this city. You were in Midgard, yes?
Yes. And as I was saying about the gods, however, in the same vein that I would not disparage our friend here for his worship, because it grants him a certain amount of power, I would not disparage anyone's worship were it measurable in some form of magic.
I don't care about your magic, little one. I care about what you know.
I know great many things.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Is there something in specific?
What happened in Midgard was unfortunate. But I wouldn't say that they didn't deserve it.
Well, I'm sure they did something.
And she looks at both Karsher and Bjorn. You would know, right? You're Midgardians, are you not?
I know what you mean.
You mean by that?
Nothing. Let's take a swig of whiskey.
Haven't you heard? The Solars are denying trade to Midgard and people are starving. They're going insane. I've heard they're even resorting to eating their own when they cannot poach on Illyrian land.
Did I know this?
You didn't actually. You know that they've had bad harvests and people have been growing kind of desperate, but you didn't. As long as they had the trade route to Illyria, they had food, at least. They had a way of actually getting things and trading.
Really? Is what
Yes.
you say true?
Many things I say are of questionable intent, but they are true.
Can I try and figure out if she's being straight?
Do an insight check. 15. It's hard to kind of see if she's telling the truth or not. You're not used to staring into a face of a dragon. But she seems to be telling the truth either way. She seems to kind of have the intent of sharing information. Maybe she can get something in return.
All right, miss. Cards on the table. What do you want?
I heard you were working for the Solars.
I mean, we are consulting for the Solars.
I mean, we beat up a frost giant. Not frost dragon,
It was
holy
a fire
shit.
giant. Oh wait, no, it wasn't a fire giant.
And you agree with what they're doing?
Not if they're letting people starve to death.
Of course they are. I mean, why wouldn't they? They're earning more money now in their silver mines than ever. They couldn't care less about the Midgardians.
Well, excuse my French, but that's a fucking disgrace.
I mean, I agree. It's hard enough for us to say in Vrybury as it is. The Watchers Vanguard have been troubling, to say the least, in our affairs.
Who exactly closed the trade route and why?
I mean, I don't exactly know who ordered the closing, but it might have been something with the Majesty and his generals, the Watchers Vanguard, maybe the church. What do I know?
A great deal, it seems.
I hear a lot of rumors here. It's good to listen. You will hear more than you think. I will put my cards on the table. I need someone to meddle a little bit with the Watchers Vanguard's affairs. You seem to have your heads on straight, and you don't strike me as puppets of the crown.
What is it you
So-
need done?
So, there is a camp. There is a camp by Ripe's Peak. You're going to send the Vanguard to burn a library down. It's an ancient ruin, and they believe it has some kind of scrolls inside. It might be worth a lot of money.
The scrolls, so you say. What do they contain? What sort of library?
I mean, I don't know what they contain, but we have collectors that might pay some good cash for them.
Well, will you pay us? What would we get out of doing this for you?
I'll pay you. You may take whatever you find interesting, and the rest you can bring to me. I'd say about 50 gold.
Mm. Do you have anything besides gold?
We have.
Yeah, wait a minute. Point a finger at you. I'm a bit partial to a bit of gold.
We have gold.
We've got 3 pieces of gold between us.
We have
Can
some.
we get like 50 gold?
That is objectively incorrect. I have 15 pieces of gold.
Well, whatever, but 50 gold's a lot of gold, and I would like to have a portion of 50 gold.
I agree. It would be nice to not have.
We are
cursed
talking
gold.
about messing with the Watcher's Vanguard, something that some would consider to be
Fun.
Fun.
Yeah, I look at Ash and I'm like, they're starving people to death. They deserve a bit of meddling.
Do we even know it's true?
Well, it is wartime. People starve.
we are
other people
talking
in
about
wartime.
something that is illegal, whether it is morally true or not.
Ash, look around you. What do you think you're smoking in that pipe? Think that's strictly legal?
Yes,
Also,
but I'm not strictly participating in that. Whereas you're
Yes.
asking me to strictly participate in this.
You are here, therefore you are, by proxy, joining in.
all that, and I sort of, she's still like right here listening to us, isn't she?
Yeah, the Dragonborn. She's still, but she kind of leans back. She folds her arms and looks down at all of you.
Yeah, I guess as she sort of like leans back a little bit. You're also the source of the gold, too. It's probably the most illegal thing we've done yet.
True.
He's got a point. And you are the leader of this illegal band of adventurers.
If I'm the leader, then I say we don't do this and we find other work somewhere else.
Well, quickly, do you condone the starving of children?
I condone following the rule of law,
Well, I don't know. I'm going to follow you.
the country that we live.
I propose we
I would
vote
prefer
in
not
new
to
leader.
be in jail.
Well,
If we find out that it's true,
would,
I
I
would
know, would
support
my character know it's true, being from where I'm from?
I mean, if you would think back, kind of about what your parents told you about the war, what other people have said, you know certainly that the Solaris would be capable of closing down the trade routes, for their own willing or their own gain, whatever that might be. So it's not impossible.
Are they still at war as well? Technically, Hilaria and
They're not at war.
Hearing, I think you said there's a lot of tension.
There's a lot of tension.
they're not buddies.
Yeah.
You have definitely heard about rumors that Tybalt wants to expand his territory. He's a very nationalistic monarch. But there haven't been anything official or any official writings of war yet.
How about this, Ash? If we find out that they're not starving innocent people to death, we give back the gold.
I seem to be outvoted either way.
I say we do both. We help this one. We help the Solars. We make plenty of money. We drink.
As you talk, you watch as the barmaid at the desk, she's kind of looking around. You see she kind of holds her hand up and she's got this kind of dirt in her hand. She looks back at you. Do you have any of the golden coins on the table?
No, we ran out.
You ran out?
I have one
Remember?
in my boot.
Said that I
50 gold?
You said that I couldn't conjure anymore.
Yeah, but they
Oh, you
didn't spend
could-
it all
but
on
you-
whiskey, did they?
Oh,
But you
50.
brought-
I
you
thought it
brought-
was 3.
No, it was 50 gold.
You had 50 golden coins.
I have
and
one
you-
in my
Buy
boot.
whiskey for it all.
I
Yeah, I knew
probably have like 20 pieces in my pocket.
Exactly. And you look at these gold pieces and you see how they kind of just fall apart in your hands.
There's a piece
They
in a
turn
boot.
into dirt.
Well,
She looks back at you. Hey, what's this?
I'd stand
Is
up
this some kind
quickly.
of joke?
That's one second, and I stumble over probably half of the bag because I've been drinking probably half of the whiskey. apologies. We found these coins today, and well, we were going to use them. Here, Liz. I take out my coin purse and I pay what we paid in real gold coins. Just give her that, and I give her a tip of a silver too. Listen, wasn't anything intentional. We didn't know it would happen.
I don't like you to meddle with that kind of magic in my bar.
We didn't know they were magical. We found them.
And she kind of looks away and takes the golden coins, the real ones. You see the Dragonborn kind of snickering in the corner. You're trying to buy ale on my account with false gold, eh?
See, this is why we need real gold.
We do need real gold. We didn't know it would turn to dirt. Or else, I assure you, we would be gone.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure you wouldn't pay for them.
All right.
Ash.
Poor Ash.
Well, I guess you make whatever deal you want to make, and I will come up with a plan.
I
Now,
spit on my hand and thrust it towards the Dragonborn lady.
Wait. I love gold as much as all of you, but I will not break the law in vain.
See?
Mm.
I mean, I'm sure there will be some way. Maybe you can just make them look the other way. They're soldiers, after all.
Do you have any evidence
Evidence of what?
of what you're accusing them of doing to Midgard?
Burning down a Nordic library. It's old, it's ancient, You hear a lot of things when people come in drunk. I have many of the Watchers Vanguard. They come in and they want company for the night, and they drink and they spill their words. I know a lot of things. My name is Minna, by the way.
Ash and Ezra Kilianthiel.
Nice to meet you, Ash.
Yes.
And the rest of you. What is your name?
Sven.
They call me Casa.
And she looks over at Bjorn and Rook.
I'm Rook.
I'm Brooke. You're Bjorn. And he
Sorry.
is Doctor.
I'm drunk.
I think you've had a little bit too much to drink. I'll say I'll let you rest for the night here, no charge. And you can get done by the morning.
One
Very
thing.
well.
What are they smoking?
She kind of laughs. Oh, you want to try?
Mm,
It's very good, I promise.
what?
Just don't take too much.
Don't.
It's called opal. It's harvested from a fusavash flower. It's rare, but easy to find if you go the black smug routes.
Will it help me sleep?
It will definitely help you sleep. I have other ways if you would want to get some help sleeping in other ways. We have a lot to offer.
That will work. And
I raised my eyebrow. What is she pertaining to?
She looks at you. We have some in your size, about pretty. It's about 2 gold. 3 for the entire evening.
This is why we need the gold. I look around desperately.
I am not paying attention.
I'm still.
Ash, they burned down a library. Sorry, this
No,
ale
they
is
didn't-
strong.
She didn't say they burned down. She said they're going to burn down.
They're gonna burn down a library. Books.
What?
Books. They're gonna burn books.
Well, what are we talking about?
If
Sorry.
we don't stop them, they're gonna burn books. And I won't get 50 gold, and I won't be able to.
Oh, this is still about the job. Yes, well, I thought we already did.
sleeping.
I thought we already decided that we were going to do that because you all want to do it and I don't.
You were turning down the option of reading ancient texts.
No, I was turning down the option of messing with a contingent of people who are enforcing our laws.
Your laws are. And I literally spit on the ground. This Southerners.
And I mean, even if
Yes, I was already aware that we were in disagreement on that, and I've already said we can go. The library is a benefit to me, certainly. I won't turn it down.
Can I slip? Can I slip this Dragonborn 3 gold while we're talking?
sure, roll a sleight of hand check.
Everyone's.
So you kind of like put your hand in your pouch, you kind of rustle around trying to find these coins. You kind of like try to like pull it back and kind of give it to her. She kind of looks back at you. She's like, 3 gold. Oh yes, yes, of course.
Oh, keep it down.
She takes them and she pockets them. Rooms. How many do you want?
Oh, well, how big are they?
I mean, we have those with about 4 beds. We have one with a double king size bed.
I thought she meant the women.
I do not understand. He is buying a woman? This is illegal, is it not?
It's prostitution.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I keep it down.
So you are at best renting a woman, I understand. Or man.
Renting a woman.
I do not. Whatever.
I mean, we have men if you'd like as well. It's not a problem.
I slipped 3
There you
coins
go,
across
Rook.
the desk.
You slept.
Immediately slipping 2 coins across the desk.
Okay, 2 coins.
First time for everything, huh? Put two coins across the desk, and I say, "Come, Bjarn. I have never tried opal, but I used to run some for some dwarves in Eastmond.
Let's try.
Let's try, and then I will be back." And then I like nod at the woman and slap Bjarn. I like partially just want to leave as well, because this is just all way too much for this child, and he'd rather just party.
Well, as she thinks, like you slipped her two golden coins, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna take you and Carcer, and she's gonna show you to a different parts of the establishment.
I would like to first speak to these dwarves with the
The stuff.
All right. I mean, I can always send them up later. She kind of picks up in her belt and she gives you 3 keys. Here you go, 3 rooms. That would be enough for you, right?
Yes.
I'll be over there. Ask. Let's see. Ask Lillian if you want anything from me. And Lillian being the bar girl.
I want to head over to the people smoking the stuff who looked out of it earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to tentatively approach them.
They're not even paying attention. They are sitting there with their pipes kind of sprawled out over these pillows, leaning back, kind of slowly inhaling from this very light smoke kind of going from their mouths.
Did you say they were dwarves, or did I make that up? I don't know why I felt...
You made that up, but now they're dwarves.
Okay.
There are 2 dwarves sitting
I
there.
remember hearing dwarves at some point when we walked into this place, and I don't know why I assumed it was them. But they're Dwarvish now.
Yes.
Then in Dwarvish, I shall approach them and say, excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes, what do you want?
I wonder where perhaps we can buy some of this. You said it was called opal or opal?
Yes, opal or opal.
I would like to buy some opal. Where can perhaps I find it?
You can find it anywhere around here. Let me see. Their name. You can ask Gondrik.
Who is Gondrik?
Gondrik, he sells everything.
Yes, but which of these people he is?
He kind of takes another sip of the smoke. You see he's kind of not there. He kind of points at a figure standing in the edge of the room. You see he's kind of talking to some other people. He looks like some kind of humanoid.
Then I will hand this gentleman a silver piece and say, thank you for the information. Enjoy your evening. And then I'll turn.
Keep it, kid, keep it. I'm fine right here. And he kind of leans back and see how he just kind of relaxes again.
Take the coin back, turn to Bjorn and say, they say talk to this one. He is... Do you speak Dwarvish, Bjorn?
I don't know.
And then I'll head over to the other human. Excuse me, are you Gandrik?
He looks down at you. Yeah, I'm Gondrik. What do you want?
Do you have some opal to sell?
I have everything to sell. I mean, I have mushrooms, red marrow, I have devil's root. Whatever would you need?
Opal?
All right. How many dots?
2 dots.
All right. Taking it big. That would be 3 gold.
Do I have any idea what a dot is?
You have no idea what a dot
Okay.
is.
2 gold, did you say?
Yeah.
Fuck me. All right. Hand him 2 gold. I was really hoping the other guys sold it because I wanted to give them a dirt coin, and because they'd be so fucked up. Yeah, I hand him 2 gold.
All right. He takes the coins and he kind of puts it back in his pocket. He kind of shuffles around and takes out, looks like 2 small bags containing some sort of powder.
Take one, hand it to Bjorn. Take one. Give it to my hand, pocket it myself. How much powder?
I mean, you don't know. You don't know how much it would take to get yourself.
But how much powder is it?
What?
It's
like this much.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna power back all of that. It's gonna kill me. It'll blow my heart up or something. Depending on I don't know what the fuck this shit is. I'm gonna and then as I'm just gonna walk away from the dude. Thank you very much, and then start heading back to the table. I'm gonna nudge Bjorn and be like, I have no idea what this does or how powerful it is, but bottoms up.
What do you do with it?
Oh, they are like smoking it, but it is
You're like
powder.
16-year-old me.
I know. I've definitely been here before. I'm just gonna lick it. I'm just gonna dip my tongue in, lick a bit of it, close the pouch, put it in my pocket, and just beeline for the Dragonborn. I'll give a little salute to the table of Esh and Sven and Karsa as I go past.
Ash has already started, as she does when she sits down somewhere for any length of time. The space around her is just filled with clutter.
Carter's already banging someone.
Okay, Karsa's already upstairs. I'm gonna head over to the Dragonborn then.
And she will show you to go to the way. they bring a girl, and they go with you into a room.
Is the
And
girl?
you can make a performance check.
Oh Jesus! All right, hold on. Jesus.
Carcer,
Do I get advantage?
Hey, I'm drunk. I'm
just roll a
fucked up
performance
on
check.
Opal, and I'm 16, so that's not bad.
You licked the drugs.
Yeah.
You licked the drugs.
There's my 8. That's why.
Um,
Now I really am 16-year-old me.
you are extremely nervous. You are sure that you're extremely high. Except you licked something you don't know. It goes poorly. It doesn't go well at all for you. It's embarrassing.
Yep.
Carcer.
Yeah.
You do you. It's great. Everything.
Every woman's happy. There was a round of applause.
There was a round of
Well done, everyone. Places,
Um,
please.
At the end of the night, you actually have 2 women in your bed.
Okay, good.
Were they big or
Alright.
small women?
One big, one small, one half orc, and one elf.
What was mine?
You got a dwarf.
But was it a pretty dwarf? I don't care.
No, it was a pretty dwarf.
I don't care race as long as it's pretty.
You think she had a beard, maybe, but
That's fine.
it was
I
pretty.
don't care race or gender as long as it's pretty.
Yeah.
That's all Rook cares about is a pretty face. He's,
Looking
So-
I mean, he's
all
fucked up on
disappointed.
drugs, so he's probably been fucking like a piece of bark all evening, like a bedpost.
You blame it on the drugs, but in the back of your mind, you know you're not high at all.
Yeah, you know.
You're barely drunk. Everyone else, you are sent to normal rooms, and they're pretty. They're good. They'll work for the night. They have pretty red drapery and kind of the same Oriental style as the entire pub. Yeah, I think we'll probably wrap it up there
I'm going to sleep.
for the night.
Sounds good.
Just as I didn't,
Very well.
and now there's a dwarf out there, pregnant.
STD cliffhanger.
Yes.
A disappointed
A
dwarf.
very disappointed dwarf somewhere out there. Just like the real 16-year-old me. And my
I
disappointed
feel bad for that
for that dwarf.
dwarf.
That poor dwarven woman.
You're crying. She's patting you on the back.
That's all I did. I just cried, and
It's
we just cried and talked, and then
That's what you did.
done this. It's fine. It's fine.
They don't even know what it
I
does.
don't know what
We
it
used
does. I
before.
spent gold on this and it didn't work. I got stiffed for this, and I couldn't even stiff you.
I thought you'd do work.
I mean, I'm like, I feel like if I'd rolled anything over an 8, I would have been annoyed at how that would never have been true at all, you know?
It's
Well,
experience.
this has never happened to me before.
Yeah. Because I never did this before.
I never did this before. Well, that's chapter 2 of Fimbulwinter. I hope you
Bam.
enjoyed.
Chapter 2, I'm still a virgin.
You killed the fucking frost giant.
But I did kill a
Alright.
frost giant.
Yeah.
I sort of.
Yeah, but you're still a virgin.
Yeah, balances out.
Doesn't matter. Kill the frost giant.
Great session. Thanks,
Mm.
Charlie.
Thank you.
I love how much we get to sit around and bicker.
You bicker a lot.
I really enjoy it. I feel like
Fun
it's
to be.
all that we're ever gonna do as well. What is everyone's alignment, or is that a secret? Because I feel like we're all different alignments, and we're all like,
I don't actually have an alignment written down, so
can you
I
really
feel
have
like-
one
Nothing?
with your stats?
I
It
do.
doesn't actually matter. It's more like if you know kind of your character, like, oh, this character leans towards this. It's probably more like a guideline, but they can always change.
Yeah, because
Oh.
we have this
Yeah.
weird quest to undertake.
I got a lot to.
50 gold. Imagine how many
do.
dwarves you can disappoint with that.
I know, and I'm looking forward to disappointing every dwarf in the entire world, one by one. Let's do a quick round of shout-outs. We'll start with Iron Chef Barbie Flail.
Sure, sounds good. What's up, guys? I played Bjorn. I'm Iron Chef Bobby Flail on Twitch. I'm currently doing a playthrough of Yakuza 0, which is a crazy game that I also never played Yakuza before. So if you want to watch me play that, over on my Twitch channel early in the mornings. And yeah, this is a lot of fun. Can't wait for next week, and we'll see if Bjorn dies of an overdose. Hopefully, but he is really. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. He's got some plans for this evening that, like, I didn't get the chance to do it today, but it'll be fun for next week. Anyway, I'm not going to spoil anything. Thank you guys, and thank you, Charlie, for another great episode.
Thank you.
All right, Distracted Elf.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Distracted Elf. I play Eshnezer Kiliantial, otherwise known as Esh, here, and I stream lots of games over on twitch.tv/distractedelf, i.e. where I do stuff. Lots of XCOM 2 Long War at the moment, as well as other tabletop games. I'm in the Roll20 games on Thursdays and Fridays. And I'm on Henley's channel tomorrow for Die Party Black Hand. And yeah.
You must be unbelievably good at XCOM 2 by now.
I'm pretty good.
I feel like
I'm pretty awesome. I'm probably the
I
best.
feel like you're probably the best player in the world.
I mean, definitely not, but
Every time I go in, you're
I have,
like hardcore, like iron mode or whatever it is.
yeah, I mean, I've beaten the base game on like legendary Iron Man. There's no higher difficulty.
Oh my god.
Are you playing the mod with save scum?
No.
Because I would, 100%.
No, I'm only playing it on veteran though, because the normal difficulty for the mod is somewhere between commander and legendary for regular. So once I beat that on normal, then I can bump the difficulty up on the mod and see if I can push the limits of my sanity any higher.
The most powerful XCOM 2 player in the world, Distracted Out. Make sure you give Elf a follow. Who's next on my little list? Pony Punch.
Yeah.
Hey, my name is Port Punch. I play Sven. I do variety every day except Thursdays. And music one day a week. And right now I'm playing Resident Evil 7. I'm probably the only one on Twitch playing it right now.
Definitely.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, just come check it out. And also I'm Swedish.
So if you need Swedish people playing Resident Evil, the only place to find it is twitch.tv/pony.
Just always say you're Swedish. It will just make your life easy.
You can say some fucked up shit and just end with I'm Swedish. And it's like,
Hold up. So if I'm not Swedish, can I say I'm Swedish and get away with stuff?
No.
Oh.
I would let you, to be
You're
fair.
Canadian, so you say I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I have no excuse. I mean, I would let you. You can say what you want while you're here, Elf, if you want.
fuck you, Brad. I'm Swedish.
Yeah, correct. That's like every day for me, dude. Like, welcome to my life. Mr. Peachy Pixel 8.
Hey guys, to another awesome show. Thank you. I'm Peachy Pixel 8. Follow me on Twitch or on my YouTube. If you really want to click YouTube, and I really kind of want you to click my YouTube, it's Peachy Pixel 8 Tube. Follow me there. And yeah, tomorrow board games on my channel, 5 p.m. GMT. It's gonna be fun. I promise. No promises. I promise.
And then Charlie, what do you want to shout out?
I want to shout so many things. No, you can find me on Twitter at Tilla Seger, and that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this second chapter, and I hope you come for the next one.
Oh, I won't actually, because I never even started. But I'm sure one day Rook will come for in an upcoming episode. I don't know what I'm saying. Thanks for watching, everyone. Again, Charlie, it was great. You are an excellent DM, and I'm really fucking into this campaign. I guess I am in some stuff as well. let's see. What do we have? We have the thing on Friday on Henley's channel. It's called Die Party Gambit, which is Star Wars based. It's me, Peachy, and Charlie. I have no idea what time that starts anymore. I think it's at 6 p.m. Is that right? No, it's like
6
5.
p.m.
Or is it
GMT?
5 CET?
I was just banned. I was just banned from the chat.
You just got banned? Oh, because you tried to link yourself. Oh, Noodle will do it.
I'm not allowed. Shit.
I also run a couple of shows, but fuck it. Just show up next week for more Fimbulwinter. Thanks for watching. Lovely cast. You were all lovely and wonderful. Charlie, excellent episode. Thank you again for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time on Fimbulwinter. Winter.
Bye.
Let's see if I get unbanned.
You will never be unbanned. No. Once you're banned, you are banned.
That's it
That's
forever.
how it goes. Bye.
Do you-
Bye.